shoot.
And down to the 5-yard line, finally tackled by the defense. He is wide open in the flat, and they were able to get the ball to him.
Luckily, the Bulldogs are now in striking distance to score a touchdown.
Yes, they are, Andrew. It's first and goal from the 5, and they can get the tying touchdown. And let's tie this baby up. Tim Meyer.
Hey, is this Tim Meyer?
I said Tim Meyer.
Sweet. Hey, is the MITT broadcasting the game tonight?
Yeah, we're broadcasting the game tonight, kid.
Tim, we're live!
Yeah, I was just wondering if you knew how to watch the game live.
Sure, I know how you can watch the game live. You got your phone on you?
Yeah.
Well, listen to this. The Mitt TV broadcast Romeo High School sporting events live so you don't have to miss a minute of the action. Just download the YouTube app on your smartphone or television. Type @the Mitt TV in the search bar. Click on our channel, then the Live tab to find all previous and upcoming live events, including sports. And don't forget to subscribe.
Oh, thanks, Tim. I really owe you. Sick.
So.
When the fourth.
Don't you call
Does it look almost?
Ooh. Yo, this is Kowalski with the Mitt TV. How we doing?
You there?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
How can I help you today?
I'm trying to watch the Mitt TV
That's awesome. Where are you trying to watch the Mitt TV at?
on my TV.
Perfect.
Let me break it down for you.
Yeah!
Here at the Mitt TV, we offer a whole slew of content, from community events, Romeo Community Schools, sports, and everyone's favorite, the Village of Romeo board meetings. Just find the YouTube app and in the search bar type @the Mitt TV. Once you find our channel, you can go to the videos tab for our entire catalog of videos.
What if I'm trying to watch something live?
It is so easy you have no idea. Just click the live tab to find all previous and upcoming live streams.
I see that, but I'm trying to watch an archived Village of Romeo Board of Trustees meeting.
Whoa, alright, board meetings! For any and all archived meetings, select the playlist tab. Not only will you find all meetings for the Village of Romeo organized by year, but you'll also find Romeo Community Schools and Romeo District Library. Our Mitt TV page can also be accessed on your smartphone. Just download and open the YouTube app and type @the Mitt TV in the search bar, and there you go. Or if you're on a computer, find the search bar at the top of your window and type youtube.com/@the Mitt TV.
Sweet.
Another satisfied customer.
The regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Trustees of Romeo.
Sick.
Would you all please stand?
I'd like to start by taking the opportunity to acknowledge and thank some folks who are here at the ceremony with us today, and a few that put some time and effort into this prior to this afternoon. You know, community is important, extremely important in these parts, and I want to acknowledge a couple of our municipal leaders who are in attendance. Mr. Mike Philbrook, Bruce Township Supervisor, and Miss Megan Poznansky, Village of Romeo President. Thank you for this. I want to thank Mr. Brad Parts down here on the end. Middle Stewart Principal. Of course, it's kind of inherent that he hosts us for this event, but there's a lot of people on his team who have done so much to support the preparation of today's event. I want to thank Chris Storm and our operations department and a Barton Mallow construction management team for staying on top of some of our contractors who were finishing up things in anticipation for today. The rain this week made my bleachers installers just take some aggressive, motivating feedback to be done for today. But we're grateful for their help in making sure we were ready. I want to thank our speakers who are listed in your program today, and we look forward to their comments shortly. Thank you lastly to the Breinert family. I think first and foremost for your patience, support, and passion to see this acknowledgement become a reality for your dad today. I think there's a few virtual meetings and a few phone conversations over the past several months where I've had to use the adage, trust the process. So thank you to the Breinert family. Our official naming ceremony and public celebration today is a culmination of a process that has been in the making for almost 2 years now for me. However, I could not make this happen without the support of our Board of Education. I would like to acknowledge our board members who are here in attendance today. Mrs. Eichhorst, our board president. Huskies, Mr. Boyer, Mrs. Bowman, Mrs. Chahak, and our board secretary, Mrs. Rice. Thank you. Last May, the board passed Resolution 57 that allowed the superintendent the opportunity to pursue the possibility of naming this new facility. If I'm honest, the homework had been done, and in reality, the background story just needed to be told in a few subcommittee meetings, and put through a process to make sure that it was official and aligned with board policy. Additionally, if the board was supported, I had a strong desire to keep this a surprise from Greg. Now, I love surprises. However, that is outdistanced by Greg's dislike for public spotlight and attention. He is as humble of a person you will ever meet, and if you're here today, I know you know that. Fast forward to this past August 25th, when the board amended that original Resolution 57 and formally approved officially naming this new facility Breinert Field. Thank you again to our board for all of your support. You know, we had to pull a little scheme together. First of all, get Greg there. I resolved myself several months earlier that there is absolutely no way I could pull off getting Greg to this field and all of you just conveniently being here without him thinking something's up. And a few of his children said you could not guarantee he would just turn around and get in his car and head out. But I asked Greg to come to that meeting in support of our upcoming bond proposal and his long-term vision for the one campus plan for Romeo High School athletic facilities. And that is true. He's had a long-term vision for that. Taylor and Christy were in collusion with me on the plan all along and the family informed. I also asked a few of Greg's longtime colleagues and friends to be there to help keep the surprise intact. It was a special moment when his family came out to surprise him after the board voted on the resolution. And all I could think was, man, he is really mad at me right now. And now I'd like to ask Mr. Cody Smith, Romeo High School Director of Athletics and Student Activities, to come and share a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. To those of you that don't know me, I'm Cody Smith, Director of Athletics for Romeo Community Schools, and had the great honor and challenge of following a man who's had a huge impact on our district. I'd like to thank the Board of Ed as well, and Dr. Robinson for making today's events happen. We are honored today to dedicate the new Romeo Middle School field in the name of a man who gave over 20 years of service and leadership to Romeo Community Schools, our longtime athletic director, Greg Reiner. Greg's vision, commitment, and passion helped shape the opportunities our student athletes still enjoy. His dedication to excellence and his care for our community will continue to inspire future Bulldogs to take the field here. Greg's mantra of Be Romeo is a reminder to all of our student athletes and staff to be first class in everything that we do here at Romeo. His mission still goes strong in our building and in our athletic department. We stand here today at the new Breinert Field, but I think that it's only fitting that the sign says Breinert Field, which represents the family as a whole. As an athletic director, I can speak to how taxing this job can be on one's family, so I know how much sacrifice that Patty, Christine, Sarah, Jamie, and Taylor have all given to this position over the years, and how much time they have given to our district as well. I feel that this is a tremendous honor for the entire family, so to that, congratulations to all of you as well. When I first started at Romeo 8 years ago, Greg made sure to help me and guide me in every way possible. He introduced me to people in the community and was always there to bounce ideas off to ensure there was a smooth transition between the two of us. For that, I'll always be grateful. Thank you, Greg. Greg's leadership and core values are still reflected in Romeo and will continue on. So in closing, congratulations to Greg. Again, Patty, Christine, Sarah, Jamie, and Taylor on this tremendous honor. And remember, go Bulldogs and be Romeo.
So, as said, I'm Clara Russell. I'm the person who had to fill the big footprint that Greg Breinert made at Parks and Recreation before he moved out to the school. I first met Greg when I graduated in 1991. I was an intern at Parks and Recreation. From the start, he took me under his wing. He became my mentor and my friend. And his experience was immeasurable. Not just through what he shared in his mind, but honestly by me watching what he did. One thing I can say for certain is that Greg was really supposed to be in my life. First at Parks and Rec, and then he tried to get away from me when he moved to the Romeo at schools as the athletic director, but we were in constant communication because we always had a gym or something was wrong with what have you. When I think about it, Greg really couldn't get away from me. I can throw myself a barnacle to him as it gets further. I heard he was retiring, and of course I was happy for him, but I was sad that the alarm went off on Friday because he's a person that I always went to when I needed something. But then as he taught me to troubleshoot, I thought, when I heard that he was going to be on the commission for Parks and Recreation. So once again, stuck. Happily, I can state that retired Greg did that for many years. He got me through COVID. He helped us through a political storm, which I am ever thankful for. As you know, Greg's a team player. He's hardworking, dedicated, creative. He was always working. He told me how he would take the kids from park to park, and secretly, while they were playing, he was playing with them at the playground. He'd be checking the equipment, taking mental notes, and of course, taking out trash, which to this day, I can't walk by something on the ground without calling it a Greg, picking it up. I even remember going to a Romeo basketball game and seeing Greg with a broom out there doing a quick sweep of the court. It never stopped. I thank you for who you are, what you gave me, and you are so deserving of this. Thank you.
So, public speaking and speaking at events like this it just kind of comes with the job. I personally don't like it. And I generally try to get out of it whenever I can, except for to have the opportunity to honor Ray. I'm just very, very blessed and helpful to be here today. I only got to work with Greg for about 2 years before he retired. And in that very short period of time, he made such an impact being on my life, not just, as a principal, but also a member of the community and as a man and as a father, because there's no greater role model or mentor for what it means to serve the community than Greg. Okay, I mean, this guy spent his entire life putting everybody else's needs ahead of his own, and honoring and doing that for everybody else. He did it for his coaches, for his players, for our students, the teachers, the principals, his wife, his children, and his grandchildren. Which is why today is so great, is because we get the opportunity to finally honor the man that has spent his entire life honoring everybody else. So, one thing I want to share. When I found out about this from Dr. Robinson and in the board meeting, I did call a few people that may not know. One of them was Jason Couch. I think we know Jason. So I let Jason know what was going on. Obviously, he couldn't make it. Saturdays are kind of busy for him now. So, but he texted me after the board meeting and asked, how was it? How Greg, what was his reaction? I said, well, was uncomfortable, was embarrassed, and I could tell he didn't want to be there. Just like right now. I said it was absolutely perfect, and we should expect from one of the most humble men you'll ever meet in your life.
All right. Again, my name is Taylor Breinert. Today, I get the privilege of sitting here up talking on behalf of myself, my three sisters, Sarah, Christy, Chief. It's an incredible honor to stand here today as we dedicate this field to my dad. Everything my dad has ever done has meant about tea. He has always believed it takes a village, whether that was running Parks and Rec, leading as a rec director, or simply being the guy. The hours he poured in the community were countless. Growing up, I just thought it was normal to work from 7 to 8 or 9 p.m., volunteering, showing up at extra events, and that's just what dads did. Knowing what I know now, I realized how much of that, and if you ever had the privilege of listening to one of his speeches or pep talks, you quickly realize he wasn't just looking for wins and losses. He was also looking for people who lived out what he called the Romeo. As Dr. Robertson told me, many hands make light work, and my dad was the one who guided those hands, finding those helpers and making sure every kid felt that they belonged. I also know this honor isn't just for my dad. It's for all those who had influence on him as a person. That list is long, and many of those people are no longer with us. But one special person who still deserves a significant amount of honor is my mom, Pat. My mom has been his biggest supporter through all of it, holding things together at home, cheering him on, and lending her support in time with countless events and being the quiet strength behind everything he accomplished. I think she still holds the record for making the most bats to popcorn at Romeo events. What makes this even more special is knowing that my girls, for the crowd today, that one day they get to fully amp public school. That's legacy. And that's what today is all about. Utilizing this tangible field to refine us to live out Beat Romeo every single day. Dad, when I think about legacy, there's 3 things I hope to accomplish. 1, to be a great father, to be a great husband, and if I'm lucky, to be half the man you are.
Location, 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 we hear in different chapters of our life. And as much as that new high school and that athletic facility and everything that's evolving there over really as much as a decade is special, when I began to think and see the vision of naming this field after Greg, I can't think of how many times he stood out here or close to here and looked that way and saw that water tower, and just over the hill was another significant chapter of his life at Parks and Rec. So everything happens for a reason, and I don't believe it's coincidence that it's this place that gets to bear his name. So I think it's only fitting that we take a few minutes now and hear from our honoree. Let's congratulate and welcome the man of the hour to the Mr. Greg Breinert.
As I said earlier, that I feel that I'm a very fortunate guy. I had 2 greatest jobs in the world as the Parks and Recreation Director for 14 years and the Athletic Director and the Student Activities Director at the high school for 20 years. Just amazing to have the opportunity to be a part of this community, to be a part of all the students, and do all the wonderful things that we were able to achieve and do to help teach our kids that giving them a self is more important than anything else. And so that's why we did all the fundraisers and all the activities. And so I think it's very important, and it creates good human beings. And that's our biggest goal, is to create good human beings that they can go out and serve the world. So we're really excited, really proud of that. And I'm glad to be accepted and to help work with a great group of people to make all these things happen.
I'd like to direct everyone's attention down to the track at this time, as today we'll be honoring Romeo dance, cheer, and football senior class of 2026. These seniors worked together over the last 4 years, building a highly regarded reputation for Romeo through their hard work, dedication, and passion for the game. It's because of the knowledge and leadership of these individuals that our programs have such a bright future. Now let's meet our seniors along with their parents. Starting with our dance team, Alex Atkins with Kelly and Dara. Lily Charlotte, escorted by Debbie and Tim. Caroline Gordon with Allison and Chris. Addie Hatner, escorted by Leanne and Chris. Sam Stevens with Stephanie and Chris. Maddie Snoozer with Lisa and Jeff. And now for our senior cheer members, Katie Aller with Melissa and Ryan. Claudia Berry with Jenny and Doug. Carla Flores, escorted by Sandy and Hector. Layla Geibel with Karen and Sean. Silvana Laria with Sandra and Mike. Kayla Sims with Nancy and Brandon. Mackenzie Sanders with Casey Lynn and Pete. Skylar Swanson with Kelly and John. Let's give one more round of applause for all our cheer and dance seniors. And now for our senior football players. Michael Bellier with Tracy and John. Joe Pecco with Casey and Joe. Paul Cadeno with Melissa and Douglas. Jax Carpenter with Mandy. Joey Seeley with Eva and Sunny. Joel Cimitero with Natasha. Ty Coates with Michelle and Dave. Anthony D'Angelo with Coach Anderson. Vincent Fiora with Laura and Frank. Anthony Gurley with Audrey and Shaw. Logan Dakota with Kendra and Charlotte. Wyatt Poole with Greg and Renee. Kobe Griffin with Maurice and Shannon. Dylan Hodges with Emily and Steve. Dominic Howe with Renee and Jeff. Ryan Laidley with Chris and Nicole. Josh Rottweiler with Heidi and Rich. Will Lott with Chris and Deborah. Aiden Loughney with Aaron and Kara. Santino Magnoli with Diana and Mike. Jonathan McCamley with Heather and Michael. Brody Meyer with Mike with Aaron. Mitch Michalowski with Christina and Jeff. Nick Miller with Amber and Greg. Rush Mueller with Robin and Jeremy. Joey and Sammy Nepo with Maria and Tom. Dominic Perisek with Hosanna and David. Ryan Gorborn with Jennifer and Charles. Alex Schneider with Carol and Dean. Zach Thomas with Kathleen and Bill. Anthony Nicolina with Jennifer and I. Let's give one more round of applause to all of our football seniors. Thank you for everything that you've done for our program. Best of luck next year. Please welcome the 2025 Romeo Bulldogs Marching Band. Under the direction of Mr. John Phillips and Mr. Scott Hill, with drum majors Josephine Cutter and Hannah Eichler.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year we celebrate 100 years of Romeo football. So dog now, if you're ready, make some noise!
We've got our guest tonight, the broadcast from Blanc. At this time, I'd like to ask you to stand. Please move back to the playing national anthem by Romeo High School Marching Band.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this Mitt TV Sports Special. I'm Tim Meyer, along with Andrew Welch.
Hello.
And we're here at Barnabo Field for a final home game and final game of the season for the Romeo Bulldogs as they take on the Grand Blanc Bobcats. The Bobcats are 8-0 this season, having an undefeated season. They're ranked third in the state, so that's pretty good. And they haven't lost yet this year.
Yes.
Now, Romeo has beat them twice in a row the last 2 games, but this is a different ball game. And they're currently the Bobcats offense is led by quarterback number 7, Jack Morrow, and he has quite a few touchdown passes in his illustrious career here, and especially this year for Grand Blanc. He's got a quarterback rating of 156%. He has talented receivers in number 1, Mackay Kemp, number 4, Kayston Sendry, and number 88, Rafay Shaw. And the running game is led by junior number 2, Jeremiah Coleman, and he's a very elusive back. On defense, they're led by linebacker Robert Giles, defensive back Dalen Taylor, and defensive end Alan Frank. And Romeo will have their work cut out for them with this defense.
They will, honestly. And Romeo is 6-2 overall. This is the battle of the top 25 because Romeo is ranked 13th in the state. So this isn't anything bigger than this. Prepare for playoffs. Bulldogs, led by quarterback Sammy Nepa, he's a very efficient manager in the game. He has a very great supporting cast of running backs in Parker Cahoon, Ryan Roarborn, and Troy Smith. And then Tayshawn Proctor comes in on short yardage time when it's near the goal line as well. The very talented receivers. Of course, you have Twin Magic and Joey Nepa, brother to brother, or Brody Meyer and Braden Watson. So defensively, the Bulldogs are also led by linebackers Jaden Mancini and Josh Lockbeiler. Also on the line, they're led by Landon D'Angelo, Ryan Roarborn, and Tayshawn Proctor as well. Guys playing both ways because they know how important the games are and how important it is to win these games, especially this late into the season. The very last home game of the year, the very last regular season game of the year. Before Selection Sunday, on Sunday, Bulldogs have made the playoffs. They've won 6 games, so it's a guaranteed spot. We just don't know where and when or who they're going to play until we find out.
There's a lot of speculation with that it might be, if they win tonight, it'd probably be Sterling Heights Stevenson coming out here, or it could be Eisenhower. Also, they could move over as Stony Creek, Rochester Adams could be.
Or maybe Lapeer.
Or maybe Lapeer, so we'll see. But that's Selection Sunday, and right now it's all speculation. The keys for the Bulldogs to win this game tonight is they're going to have to stay on the field offensively.
Yes.
You want to stay away from this potent Grand Blanc offensive team. So that's going to be a tall task for Joey Cackle. They had pretty good success last week running the ball against Roseville.
They did. They got up to a hot start last week, but then they let Roseville come back into the game, and then finally the Bulldogs took control in the fourth quarter and just finally finished them off. And this Bulldog team has started out slow, 0-2, but then they came on strong. 6 straight games of dominant football. That's what they have to go up against, a team that is, they don't play tough talent, but the talent they did play against, they demolished, mollywopped them, like absolute destroyed every team they played. It was a top 25 battle last week, Grand Blanc Davison, and they just beat Davison 56-29. So they almost doubled them up in score.
Like I said, we're getting sick and tired of hearing the fight song. I mean, we hear it all the time when they're scoring points. But in all seriousness, though, folks, the Romeo Bulldogs defense will be up against it. The quarterback for the Bobcats, Jake Morrow, can extend the play, much like a Patrick Mahomes with his feet. He is an accurate passer, though.
Yes.
So he's got talented wide receivers, as we just mentioned, and there's more besides that. So, like I say, the Bulldogs are going to have to keep their defensive assignments in check, make some good tackles.
Yep.
You got to tackle guys.
I mean, Morrow's skill, obviously is going to be just as good as that because he's a 3-year starter. He was a starter as a sophomore when the Bulldogs faced him. He was a starter as a junior when the Bulldogs faced him last year with the 2 straight wins. Now he's a senior starter, and he has got a lot better than what he has 2 years ago.
And talking to Coach Reines before the game, everybody seems to be healthy and ready to go tonight except for Joey Kako and the big tight end, number 38, Mitchell Michalowski. Both are out for this game. But everybody else is good. And as we mentioned, the skill players for Romeo are all healthy. You saw their punter, Joey Seli. He's also the place kicker. They had a tough loss against Troy Athens in the regional finals in soccer. Talking to Joey before the game, he thought it was kind of fluky play, a couple fluky plays by their goaltender, I guess. But in any event, they had a great season. Only 2 losses the whole season, and really they were ranked as high as number 7.
Yep.
Which is pretty good. So kicking off here for the Bobcats will be number 61, Ben Stanley. He boots it to Brody Meyer, drops it, picks it up, makes a couple of sidestep moves. Now he's in the open. He's to the 40, 50,
Can he outrace
40,
him?
30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bulldog.
It's almost like the same game plan of last week. Was that on purpose? Was that an accident? Did he mean to muff that kickoff?
I don't know. I don't think it was an accident.
I don't know, but it worked to perfection.
He
whether
may
it was
have been
purpose or
scared.
accident.
He dropped that ball, seeing all them players come at him.
Yeah.
He did make one little sidestep move right when he picked up the ball, and then everybody had to overrun on their coverage, and he raced it all the way to the end zone. Let's just hope he's not tired out for the game tonight.
I hope not, but I mean, you know what? That's exactly the perfect game plan to start this game. Score first, score early, and then let your defense do their job and get some stops and get that ball back. I'm trying to figure out how long that kickoff was. I mean, he almost caught it near the end goal line. It was about
Close to
98 yards,
yeah, it was about,
but it bounced forward maybe 10. You want to call that 88-yard return?
I would say so.
88-yard return, Brody Meyer to start this game. How awesome for the Bulldogs. Took 14
Joey
seconds.
Seeley on the extra point attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And in the first play of the game, the kickoff return by Brody Meyer of 88 yards, and the Bulldogs lead it 7-0. Well, that's one way to get ahead of it. Where they say
yeah.
you don't have to get ahead of the sticks when you make a kickoff return like that.
I mean, obviously you cannot start the game any better than that. I mean, your offense didn't have to get dirty. Your offense didn't have to go on the field. They get to rest for another set of downs, and you get to be up by 7-0. So one perfect game plan to start this game. Like I said, I don't know if it was on purpose or accident, but whatever it was, it worked to perfection.
Well, we got a few people watching the game tonight. Actually, these people are watching from the stands. Evan Insana and his sister Malin Insana are in the stands watching the game. Evan is a Romeo Bulldog golfer, and he's here with his sister, and shout out to their parents, the former Miss Colburn, Elizabeth. Hope you enjoy the game. Eli's kick is deep. Taken there. Surrounded. Still fighting forward. That was number 2, Jeremiah Coleman. He got it up to I want to say almost the 17.
Best option right now for the Bulldogs is make this Bobcat team go 3 and out. Your defense is hyped up now after that great offensive play. And let's see what the Bulldog defense can dial up against this 3-year starting quarterback.
Fake to Coleman. Looking long down the field. There's a man wide open. It's caught out there. Making a move. That was number 2, Coleman. The running back snuck out of the backfield, and he was wide open, and Morrow found him, and that moves the ball all the way up to the 47 of Grand Blanc.
That was a roll out to the left, but throw back on to the right. Off his back foot. I mean, he's been practicing this for a while. 3-year starter. He's definitely got a lot better.
We want the clock to run. Morrow looks like he's changed the play. Again, over the middle, goes incomplete. That pass was intended for number 4, Kayston Sendry. He's another one of those talented receivers on that Bobcat team.
It looked like it was a little too high for him to handle, and that was a little dangerous because there were a bunch of Bulldogs in the area. If there was a Bulldog any closer, he would have dove, maybe intercepted that ball, and Bulldogs could have been at the 50-yard line, ready to start their first offensive possession of the game.
Second down and 10. Ball's on the 47, the Grand Blanc 47. Bulldogs back out of it. Morrow gives it off to, it looks like number 26 there, Ashton Brown. He's just a sophomore, and he is met there by a whole host of Bulldogs, a pack of Bulldogs, as you like to say. It looks like he lost about, I want to say 4 yards. So it's 3rd and 14.
I'll take it.
Ball's back to the 43-yard line.
That formation looked like it was a modified wishbone formation, so he could have handed it off to any one of his running backs, but he handed it off to the guy on the left. The guy tried to run left, but instead of running north, he decided to run east, and it cost him 4 yards.
Coleman stays in the block. Morrow throws. It's caught out there for a first down by Sendry. And Morrow, he wasted no time throwing that ball up there.
That's attacking the middle of that zone defense the Bulldogs like to run. If you're going to run a zone defense, you've got to have guys that can close quickly and maybe knock the ball out of the receiver's hand to make it incomplete. They didn't get there in time. First down for Grand Blanc.
The Bobcats are at the Bulldog 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Morrow's in trouble, and he's going to go down. He's sacked there. The Bulldogs blitz. And tried getting in there with number 13, Aiden Lahey. He was in there as well as a couple of fellas from the defensive line.
Bulldogs usually rush about 3.
D'Angelo was in there too, the big tackle. So a loss of 3, so now it's 2nd and 13. But we'll see what Morrow calls from the shotgun here.
I'd watch the middle of that zone again.
Back goes Morrow being blitzed by Roarburn. Pass caught out there. That's number 5, Angelo Chapman. Chapman gets down to the 21, and you called it there, Andrew.
Yep. I mean, they're going to attack that all game long until Romeo can tighten it up, and it's either they go man coverage or they stay in the zone, but they tighten it up a little bit more. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do. They're not quite into the red zone yet, but they can score from here with the way Morrow throws.
He's got a couple of backs in the backfield. It's like Coleman and Brown. Fake. No, it is a give to Brown. And is he at the 9? He get over the 10. Bulldog down. He's trying to get up.
He wants to get
That's
up.
Lockbeiler. I don't know if he caught a helmet in the tummy.
He might have. Interesting formations I see from Grand Blanc. It's very not normal. We'll say that. They're modified wishbone. We had 2 guys next to the quarterback and then another guy also in the backfield in the pistol formation. That formation didn't have any tight ends at all. All it had was just the normal 5 guys, the center, the 2 guards, and the 2 tackles. They had twins, and they also had 2 guys next to the quarterback. So this Grand Blanc offense is throwing so many different looks at the Bulldogs, trying to keep them off balance, and so far it is working. The Bulldogs have got to try to find a way to recognize the offensive positions early and do the defensive adjustments on the fly.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line of Romeo for the Bobcats.
Ref timeout for some reason.
Oh, he moved the ball up to the 9-yard line, so it's 1st and goal from the 9. I thought it was the 10, but it's from the 9. We've got a timeout.
And it was the ref's timeout. It wasn't a call timeout by anyone.
Oh.
So I think the refs are talking about something. I mean, hopefully it's not where they're going to go eat it afterward. I mean, there's a lot of good places in Romeo if they want to go to eat at Romeo, someplace in Romeo afterward.
I don't think he's going to go out to dinner with Coach Reines there. They're going to talk about some things. But well, Romeo scored first on a kickoff return by Brody Meyer, 88 yards. And now the Bobcats are knocking on the door. Also watching the game tonight, the folks at the Detroit Grill House in Shelby Township. Tracy and the staff, as well as Darren, out there watching the game. 25 in Shelby is where they're located at, the Detroit Grill House.
That sounds like an awesome place for the refs to go eat afterward.
Yeah, it might be. Fish and chips.
That's right. Oh, I love fish and chips. Once again, modified formation on the offense. No tight end whatsoever.
Well, you got Tim McDermott, number 8. He's sort of, I guess, like a modified tight end. He's a big fella.
But he's like in the pistol formation, though.
Yeah.
It's not a normal formation that you would see in typical football.
Oh, here we go. Now we're ready. Officials say, let's play football. Quick give to Coleman. He's up the middle. Grabbed there, pushed forward. He's still going.
He's got
pushed forward to the 2.
Not only does Coleman have strength in his legs, but he also has the strength of his offensive linemen who are pushing him along, and he almost got into the end zone.
Now those big plowboys there, and they did not stop their legs, and they kept pushing.
They did not.
Morrow gives to Brown. He's in the end zone for a Bobcat touchdown.
I don't think that was Coleman, number 2. I thought that was.
It was Ashton Brown.
Yeah, it was Ashton Brown, number 26. So, but we do have a Bobcat down.
Is that Coleman?
That
may be Coleman.
It is
there
Coleman. Yeah, Coleman's the one that's down.
He's going to get up and pop off. He was just feeling a little bit of pain there. Ben Stanley on to kick the extra point. He's also a defensive lineman. So
once again, a
defensive lineman kicking the extra point. Like
okay, I mean
they used to do back in the old NFL days in the
yep.
60s.
Yep.
Anybody that could kick, and if it was a lineman, so be it. The snap's a good one. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 7:08 left to play here in the first quarter, the Bulldogs 7 and the Bobcats 7.
So the biggest keys from that first drive for the Bobcats was, first off, the formation of their offense has been so different every single play, throwing different looks at the Bulldogs. They also showed the ability not only to pass down the field and attack that zone, especially in the middle of that zone, but they definitely can run the ball and have strong linemen to push the running back even further. Even if he gets stopped by a pack of dogs, that lineman can push him even further, as we just saw, all the way to the 2 and almost into the end zone.
Well, it looked like a team of Amish horses there on a pull competition. Boy, they were just heads down and powering over the Bulldog defensive line. And they kept it going. Like a rugby scrum.
Yep, definitely going to have the coaches on the sideline talking to the defense, trying to figure out that offense and figure out what they're going to do. Now, are they going to kick the ball away from Brody Meyer this time?
Well, I think he's going to boot it as far as he can.
He's going to try to put it into the end zone, but...
I mean, don't forget, not only can Brody go get it, but his mate back there, Troy Smith, can also score.
Now, is he going to run a number fumble Ruski is the question. It worked the first time.
That's a dangerous proposition there. They're going to squib
they
it.
squib.
Could have let it go out of bounds, but he picks it up. Let's see who got that ball. That was number 34, Landon Fetty, Romeo, and he gets a great return all the way to the Bobcat 33-yard line.
Big time negative special team plays by the Bobcats 2 times in a row. You kick it long.
They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 40.
Hey, it's still a great return because they squibbed it, kept it away from Meyer, but yet they didn't go after the guy. They let him get past the original line, and they had to tail him down and try to get him out of bounds. And 2 negative plays on special teams to give the Bulldogs a touchdown to start the game, and now great field position.
Well, here come the Bulldogs out here for their first offensive series. Sammy Neppa, the quarterback, is over center. Troy Smith in motion to give it to Parker Cahoon. Makes a couple of moves, but he's stuffed right there by, looks like, number 45 for the Bobcats, Robert Giles. He is their leading tackler. And it's a gain of 1 for Parker. That hole closed very quickly.
They tried to run it up the middle. The hole was there for just a second, but it did, as you said, close very quickly. Let's see if they try to kick it to the outside. And in this kind of game with this kind of defense, if this defense is as good as what the score says, you might have to break out the pass eventually too.
Cahoon again in backfield. Smith in motion, fake to him. Quick screen pass. He was looking for Cahoon, but he was being rushed heavily there and a lot of pressure from the Bobcats. Looks like that was number 14, Peyton Gates.
Quick is the word of that play because he had to get it out quick. Otherwise, he would have been sacked for a huge loss. There was a guy who came in unblocked by anyone. I don't know who missed an assignment.
That was a blitz by Gates. Yeah, he blitzed, and Bulldogs didn't pick it up.
The Bulldogs here have got to at least get some kind of yards to give their field goal kicker maybe a shot. Maybe 4-down territory if you can get it closer to the first down.
Neppa, quick pass to Brody Meyer. He cuts back, forging forward. He may have the first down.
It's close. It's very close. He might be short by a skosh.
They're going to say he was down about half a yard,
Yeah,
maybe?
they're saying a skosh short.
No, that is a skosh. Wow. I got to get it over the 30-yard line for a first down, so we'll see what they call here. And watching our game tonight, Diane Puglisi, former girls soccer coach at Eisenhower in the Hall of
They're going to load the box.
She's watching the game tonight. Now up the middle. First down, Proctor, the big fella. He stays on his feet. He's still going, still forging ahead. Deshaun gets it all the way inside the 10 where it'll be first and goal for the Romeo Bulldogs.
Terrible arm tackles. Like they allowed him into the middle. He got the first down, but they had arm tackle 1, and he spun out of that. Arm tackle 2, got out of that. Arm tackle 3, another spin out. And that allowed him to get all the way down into the red zone inside the 10-yard line. Bulldogs doing a great job to go down and score and take this lead back.
Sammy Neppa over center. Still got Proctor in the backfield. Quick give there. Ryan Warburn, he stays on his feet. He's to the 5-yard line. Finally tackled there by number 6, Dalen Taylor.
Great job by Warburn. Ball in the right hand, stiff arm with the left. That was little shades of Derrick Henry. Not as strong or as powerful, but still Derrick Henry type of stiff arm, pushing the defender to the ground, staying on his feet, and doing awesome things to get that ball down to about the 5, maybe to the 4. Despite what the scoreboard might say, because the scoreboard is wrong, he's down to the 4-yard line.
Second and goal. Watson there in the backfield. Give us to Proctor. He fumbled the ball. I think he recovered it at the 1 for a gain of 1.
Looks like you are correct. That was at the 4, down to about the 2. 2-yard run on a 1st and goal. 2 yards to goal to the goal line. Now this is just about power football. Whose line is stronger? Romeo's offensive line or the Bobcats of Grand Blanc's defensive line? This is where the game is won, in the trenches, right here, right now.
I'm going to say his knees down at the 2. Nepa, quick pitch out to Rohrburn. He cuts it back. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Rohrburn kicked to the outside. It threw off Grand Blanc. They thought they might try to go up the middle and use power football. Instead, they used a sweep out to the left. Quick pitch sweep out to the left, and it tricked him up, and he cut it back in just in time to score that 2-yard touchdown. Bulldogs retake the lead, headed over to that extra point upcoming.
Joey Seeley on for the extra point. Brody Meyer will hold. Snaps a good one. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So the Romeo Bulldogs, with 3:36 left to play in the first quarter, take the lead back 14-7 over the Bobcats.
Great offensive possession by the Bulldogs. They just kept going and going. They didn't let the first couple of plays stop them or discourage them. 3rd down, got about 9 3/4 yards, had a skosh to go, got the skosh and some all the way down to the red zone, and then just power football, winning the trench battle, putting it in the end zone, and scoring that touchdown.
And we want to give a shout out to Mike Manugian. He was a beast for the Warren Cuzno Patriots back in the day. He's at home watching the game. Now I'm sure he's just fat and sassy because his playing days are about 20 years ago.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I got to shout out DJ David Cash and his mom Sally Cash are watching here on the Mitt TV broadcast. Thanks for checking out the Romeo Bulldogs.
Did I say the Detroit Grill House was
You did.
I
Yes,
did.
you did.
Okay.
You can shut them out again because, I mean, we got to get them some business. They got good food over there. Good fish and chips, you told me.
Well, the tartar sauce is the secret.
Oh,
no.
I have to try
You
this.
may not like tartar sauce.
I
A little
love
squib
tartar
kick.
sauce.
Bounces around. Romeo's down there. And I'm not sure if they got it or not. They were really scrambling for it. But I believe Grand Blanc may have recovered. Lockbyler was on it, and so was Howes. They had a chance to get it, but Grand Blanc did recover. They'll be at their own, looks like 38-yard line. It's where they're going to start from scrimmage.
Bulldogs tried a little bit of trickery of their own, a little squib kick where nobody was. Grand Blanc, unfortunately, got there first, was able to recover it, even though there was a scramble for it.
That was a good chance for the Bulldogs.
No, honestly, it was because it threw them off. They didn't know what was going to happen. And why not throw out all the stops to try to get that ball back and score before the end of the first quarter and go up by 2 touchdowns?
Fake run. Morrow passes. Caught out there. That's our man out there, number 4, Kasten Sendry. And he looks to have a big game so far. And a little bit gimpy, but he got up. McDermott going out.
Once again, attacking that zone defense. The Bulldogs like to run. They've got to find a way to close that off that run of the route in that middle of the zone, or find a way to get to that quarterback and flush him out of the pocket quickly.
Now Coleman comes back into the backfield. He'll get the carry up the middle. Got a lot of room. Beats it one man. He's headed for the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats.
49-yard scamper into the end zone. Bulldogs were set up almost like a pass play. They had no one in the way to even get to him. There's a lot of reaches and tried to arm tackle, but he just outran every single one of them. 49-yard scamper. And this, ladies and gentlemen, could be the way the game is going to go all night long. It's either going to be an offensive battle, a shootout, or the defense might be able to find some kind of adjustment in the second half, and we could see a less of a scoring game in the second half. You just never know.
So
now, first quarter.
Jeremiah Coleman, number 2, puts another touchdown on the board for the Bobcats. Stanley is on the field right now, the kicker. Ben will try to get this extra point and tie the game up. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Ben Stanley's extra point ties the score at 14-14 with 2:38 left to play here.
So what do the Bobcats do now? Like Grand Blanc, first off, they kicked it deep, gave it to Meyer. Meyer did a fumble-rooski kind of a play and ran it back 88 yards for a touchdown. Then they tried to squib it, let the guy get past the original line coming at him, and go all the way down and put it into the 40-yard line into Bobcat territory, where the Bulldogs only had 40 yards to go for a touchdown, didn't have to go for a long drive. What does Grand Blanc do this time?
I hope we don't get tired of the scoring, man.
I mean, I'm not. And you know what? That's fine. As long as the Bulldogs score before they score, I'm okay with it. But if the Bulldogs have a drive where it stalls and then Grand Blanc scores, that gives Grand Blanc the lead.
Now we'll see where Stanley's going to kick it now. He's looking it over there. I don't know if he's going to try to find an open spot just like Joey Seeley did, or he's going to try to kick it into the end zone.
If I was him, I'd try to kick it to the guy who's standing at the 20-yard line right now and keep it away from Meyer and keep it away from squib territory, because those two plays didn't work the first time. Give your guys a chance to get down there.
Here we go. It is another little squibber picked up there. Almost breaking through. Landon Fetty gets it up to the 40, though. Good field position for the Bulldogs. If they can sustain a long drive, which is what they want to do, take some time off the clock and keep that Bobcat offense off the field.
That was a perfect squib kick up the middle, as I did call that they should do, and they compacted it so he could not have a return. And Bulldogs still, as you said, have great field position to start off technically their second drive of the game.
I thought there was a player down. It was the water boy that tripped picking up the tee. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Sammy Neppa back. Gonna go long and deep. Got a man out there. Oh, off the fingertips of Brody Meyer. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Troy Smith.
Had a guy out there wide open.
He put some air under it.
He beat his defender. It's just Troy Smith, you said. Troy Smith just did not have enough speed on his feet and in his legs to get to that ball. Great attempt. I like the mixing up of their offense, trying to keep Grand Blanc off guard.
A little stretch out play, I guess. You stretch the defense a little bit.
Yep.
And we'll see what they come back with on this play. Quick handoff, Parker Cahoon. He breaks through the line, gets it up over the 45, the 46. Looked like Giles, the middle linebacker, got his hands in there. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Bulldogs.
So is this game about taking risks, taking chances? Would you say this is 4-down territory and you don't want to give the ball back to Grand Blanc, considering their offense has kind of had their way with the Bulldog defense?
Well, I don't know. It's just been one of those funny games. See which team gets a stop first, really. And Grand Blanc, they faked the blitz. They're coming now. Neppa fires to his brother Joey. 1st down, Bulldogs.
And that's the best thing to do is short chunk plays, and kill this clock. Exactly what you said. This is what Ryan has told you before the game. Short chunk plays, kill this clock, and eat the clock up. Don't let Grand Blanc have that ball for long extended periods of time. You control the clock in the game time possession, and then you score. You can win this game.
Well, we got about 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs are in Bobcat territory at the 48-yard line. Give us to Parker Cahoon. He goes around the right side. Got a little bit of a blocker. There's some interference out there by wide receiver Joey Neppa, and he gets about 7 yards on that carry.
We'll definitely see one more play before the end of the first quarter. Bulldogs will have the ball to start the second quarter.
Three receivers to the top of your screen for Nepa. Back to throw, being rushed. Got to get out of it. Runs out of it to the 40, slides down at the, I want to say.
And unfortunately, they're going to give it to him where he started his slide, but there is a flag on the play.
See what the penalty is.
It's probably holding on the Bulldogs the way they're walking backwards.
Yeah, let's see. I think that's what it was.
It's going to be a 10-yarder if they're walking all the way back that far.
Yeah, from the spot of foul, yeah. So it's going to be second down now. And, what do you want to call it there? 14?
Yeah. They're just going to let this clock go out because it ends right now.
It'll be the end of the first quarter. With our score, the Romeo Bulldogs 14, the Grand Blanc Bobcats 14.
To say that this is the perfect way they wanted the game to go so far is almost an accurate statement. They didn't want their defense to be kind of a little manhandled by this Grand Blanc team. But this Grand Blanc offense is very well seasoned with that quarterback who's a 3-year starter. They knew going in this was going to be a tough battle, that they're going to have to find a way to slow them down and try to get them out of their own game plan, which they haven't done yet. But the Bulldog offense and the Bulldog special teams is definitely doing a great job keeping the Bulldogs in the game. Now the defense gets on board, then they will be able to get back in this game and hopefully come away with a victory against a top 3 team. Team 100 starting the second quarter.
Yes, and it'll be second down and 14 for Romeo. See if they have a big play in their pocket. They've had a pretty good rush on Sammy Nepa so far. Nepa throws. Did Meyer catch it? They say he did.
There is no instant replay in football, and there is no challenges. So if the refs say he caught it.
Romeo comes up with a big play of their own. Nepa to Meyer, and it's good all the way down to the Grand Blanc 36. Will be 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
Bulldogs mixing it up, not just running the ball, which is their forte, but also passing the ball and doing everything and showing everything they are capable of. This is a great, great matchup before the playoffs start. This is going to get the Bulldogs ready for next week with whoever they have to play. But hopefully let's continue this game and they come away with a W.
Nepa, quick pass to Meyer again. He forges ahead. He's a couple of yards shy of a first down. Inside the 30, all the way down to the 28-yard line goes Meyer.
Little play action pass. Everyone is so used to Romeo running that football so much. Play action pass got everyone off of their heels and got a great pass out to Brody Meyer.
Well, yeah, and Sammy, he can fire fastballs out there if he has to, and he did on that play to Meyer.
Well, you have a speedster and a receiver running a slant and a fireballer, easy plays.
They give us to Troy Smith. He's trying to get around. Got a good block around the right side, inside the 20 down. Looks like to the 16-yard line goes Troy Smith.
Romeo offense clicking on all cylinders right now, doing everything right. One little blemish, that holding call, but it didn't hurt them as bad as what it may have in the past, the first 2 games. They have definitely come a long way since those first 2 games, and their offense is definitely looking awesome.
1st and 10, Romeo at the 16 of the Bobcats. Referee says wind the clock, so we're winding the clock. Now they give us to Smith again, and he cuts it inside. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. He got a few inches, I want to say.
Yes. Instead of needing a skosh, that's all he got was a skosh. This is okay. That's what the Bulldogs offense wants. They want a slow drive. and opportunities to take the lead and keep the Grand Blanc offense off of the field.
Smith in motion. Nepa back. It's a draw play. Look out! Wide open up the middle. Parker Cahoon, touchdown Bulldogs.
Parker Cahoon, a 15-yard scamper into the end zone. A draw play totally threw Grand Blanc.
Looks like he was going to get stopped by his own. He ran into his own man there.
You know,
and,
it's better to run into a guy who's not trying to tackle
parted
you.
for him, and he saw the end zone and nothing but green and took off like a banshee out there.
You know, like I said, it threw Grand Blanc off their heels. The Bulldogs are doing so many different things right now, and it just both defenses cannot keep up with what the offenses are doing. And this could be what we see all game long, scoring shootout to the hundreds.
Joey Seeley for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So at 9:33 left to play here in the second quarter, the Bulldogs go back up on top, 21-14. I'd like to give a shout out to our good buddy Pat Cavanaugh out in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He works for the Packers, and he also is a high school football coach out in Green Bay, and they are having their high school playoffs tonight. So he's at the game or on his way to the game. It's Pat Cavanaugh, former Saginaw Valley State University linebacker, and a broadcaster with me at Shelby TV.
Ooh. And a cheesehead?
And then the Packers took him from me, so. So we'll see what we got here. It's like I said, the first team that stops the other team's offense is got a better chance of winning anything here. Joey Seeley deep. Taken there by number 2, Jeremiah Coleman. He's coming up the middle, tries to go to the outside, hops a little bit. And he's tackled right there by the Bulldogs. That was Howes on that tackle, Dominic Howes, the defensive back for the Bulldogs. Daddy played here at Romeo as well. Tough little bugger. So well, we'll see what the Bulldogs could do here. It'll be 1st and 10 for Grand Blanc at the 17-yard line.
It's the old football philosophy. Whoever can stop the first one first will win the game.
Yeah, it looks like an NFL game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Morrow, roll snap. He picks it up. He's going to fire over the middle. Caught out there by Sendry. Makes a catch on a slant. Almost lost the football, but he's up to the 35 for first down. Tackled there by Lochbeiler.
Definitely saw that coming instantly. The defender of the Bulldog just ran forward. He ran past number 4. If he would have faked the run up and then double backed, he might have been in the area for intercept that ball because it was thrown right to number 4, right by him.
Well, Morrow has 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. He's going to go from the shotgun. Give us a Coleman. He got a little bit of room up the middle. There he goes. I'm sorry, that's not Coleman, that's Brown. Brown is all the way to the 5. Ashton Brown, the sophomore running back, number 26, busted through that, and he saw some daylight, and he made no bones about it. He just put on the afterburners when he saw that daylight, and he's down. Here we go, 1st and goal for the Bobcats at the Romeo 3.
The Bobcats have a totally different game plan. Score and score quick, and then hope your defense stops the other team.
Well, you got to have the talent to score quick, and
I
think they got it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're talking about. The first team who's going to stop the other one's offense, that's the team that's going to win this game. The Bulldogs have got to be in the lead by halftime because Grand Blanc starts with the ball to start the second half. Unless you stop them.
Looks like there was a fumble. What are they calling?
Incomplete pass. They thought there was a fumble.
Looked like a fumble, but I guess it was a shovel pass forward, and so it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down from the – no, there was a fumble, and the Grand Blanc recovered it. It's at like the half-foot line.
So 2nd and a skosh to go.
Skosh.
Half a skosh.
Skosh. Morrow. Shotgun. Give us to Brown. Is he in? Touchdown.
No, he is short. He got a
The Grand Blanc players were calling for a touchdown. They thought that he was in, but they're going to say he's short the 1 inch line.
He got a quarter of a skosh.
You know, that's like my tailor does with my pants. Brings it in a skosh. When I was younger, he brought it out a skosh. But now that I'm older, he's bringing it in a skosh.
It's a lot of skoshes tonight.
Here we go. 3rd and goal from the half, not even the half-yard line. I'd say you get about 3 inches and you're in there. Give us a Coleman. He makes no mistake. Had a wide open hole. Wide open hole. Moses could have taken the juice through that hole. In the Red Sea, boy, that thing parted like the Red Sea when Moses went through there. But it's a touchdown for Grand Blanc. They're within 1 of tying the score. Ben Stanley comes out there. He'll try to kick the extra point. We still have 6:35 left to go in the 2nd quarter. If they keep going like this, we could see a record.
Yes. The biggest thing now for the Bulldogs is to use the entire clock, go down and score, take the lead. As I was saying, Grand Blanc starts with the ball to start the second half. You don't want to be tied or let them have the lead with them getting the ball back, because if they go up 2 touchdowns, it may be too hard to come back on this team, especially this team experienced enough to where they just mollywop teams. They have not been in this kind of a battle all season long. So they're testing every single thing Grand Blanc is throwing at them, and the Bulldogs the same way.
As we mentioned before, it's 100 years of Romeo football. This is Team 100, and there's been a beautiful history put together, kind of in a magazine form. You'll want to get it if you're a Romeo football fan. It's full of stats, stories, facts, and photos from that first team in 1925 all the way to this team, Team 100 of 2025. You can get it there. You see at the address where you can inquire about getting one at RomeoFootball100.org. So here we go. Grand Blanc kicking it deep. He's got Meyer and Troy Smith back there. Well, he hasn't kicked it deep in the last 2, so.
No, he's gonna squib it up the middle again. It worked the last time, but the Bulldogs still really drive all the way down the field.
He line drives this one. Bounces off of Troy Smith. He picks it up. He's at the 15. He's to the 20, just over the 20. He's knocked out of bounds there. So maybe the poorest field position for the Bulldogs all night.
It is. And he tried a little fumble-rooski play of his own, but he couldn't have the same magic that Brody Meyer had to start this game. So as you said, this is the worst starting field position the Bulldogs have had all game. But with 6:28 left to go in the game, it could be the perfect setup for the Bulldogs to kill the clock and score before halftime and take the lead going into the locker room and then try to clean up the defense a little bit. Offense is playing great so far. Special teams is playing great so far. Defense has got to find some way to get back in this game.
There's a handoff, and that went up to Landon Fetty, and he was trying to get outside, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
Great defensive play by the Bobcats, reading the run perfectly, and unfortunately, instead of running north, he was running east, and it hurt him, and that's what cost him the yards.
You sure that was east or south?
Well, it wasn't south because he wasn't running backwards, so it was either east or west.
East or west.
East or west, so I'll go with east this time. Next time, maybe he'll be running west.
What do we got here? We got a penalty on Grand Blanc.
Let's see what the ref says. Unless he said it already.
They're moving the ball. What are they doing here? Well, one mistake that you make here is watch the down marker guys because they're not. I'm not sure what that was.
It was 5 yards, so maybe offsides.
Offside, I think, on Grand Blanc. So it will be 1st and 5, which is a lot better than
second and
1st and or 2nd and
11?
12 or 11.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bailed out by a penalty.
Take them when you can get them, right?
Yep.
Nep a quick throw, and man, it was batted down there. Batted down by number 31, Giovanni Ayatona.
Giovanni timed that perfectly. It was a play action pass, and the receiver was wide open. He just jumped at the perfect time. Got lucky he didn't just grab the ball instead of just batting it down.
That stops the clock, which is kind of what the Bulldogs didn't want to do. But you got no choice. It's 2nd and 5. Grand Blanc bunched up there in the box. Sammy Neppa going to roll out. And a fire out there. Oh! Watson broken up there by number 3, Elijah Wells. Bulldogs wanted a flag on that play for pass interference, but didn't get it. Be 3rd and 5.
He may have gotten there a little early, but not early enough to warrant a flag. That ball was kind of catchable, but he had to dive to the ground. I can see why there was no call. Huge opportunity for Grand Blanc right here if they can stop the Bulldogs and force them to punt.
It's another 3rd down. It's a big 3rd down here for Romeo. Another big 3rd down, I want to say. Neppa back to throw. Looking for a man. Going deep. Troy Smith is back there. No call. Covered by Jason Givens. It looks like he was pushed a little bit, Troy was. Before the ball got there, there's no call. And, of course, referee's hearing it from that Romeo sideline. Grand Blanc may have gotten away with one there.
Minimal contact for sure.
Yeah, he did touch him before the ball got there.
Yeah, definitely put his hands on him. The refs look at that as maybe it wasn't as egregious as a normal pass interference call. It could have gone either way, but we're going to have a timeout by Grand Blanc. They're going to stop this clock and
got another message in here out there watching the game in Kansas City. I don't know if it's Missouri or Kansas, but David Hill's out there watching the game. I don't know whether he was in Oklahoma City. I don't know where he's at. He's somewhere out west playing Cowboys and Indians, I think. It'll be 4th and 5.
Enjoying some Kansas City barbecue as well?
No, I would hope so. Although beef's probably just as expensive out there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd like to remind you folks out there that you can tune in to the Mitt TV. Just look it up on YouTube. You got to look up the Mitt TV Romeo Sports Recap, where we feature all the sports teams of Romeo, the cheerleaders, and we're going to have the dance team on a little bit later. Talk to the players and the kids and get the inside scoop on really what's happening out there. The Romeo Sports Recap on the Mitt TV. Joey Seeley's kick, he gets a little bit of a spiral. It's going to bounce, takes a Grand Blanc bounce. Finally, Roarburn down there.
It was a late push by a Grand Blanc player, and there is a flag on the field that looks like because of it. So Grand Blanc's going to get backed up because of this late hit.
Yeah, it hurt. Trying to see who that is down there. What if that's number 20, Paul Cadena. He's kind of grabbing his knee.
Is that a Grand Blanc player?
Well, maybe it
yeah,
is.
it is a Grand Blanc player. Oh, no, it is a Romeo player. This red jersey.
Yeah, I was going to say, it can't be a Grand Blanc player. I see Kurt Reines out there.
Yeah, I didn't see the coaches. I just saw colors. Yeah, he's definitely working on his knee. I think he was the one who got shoved in the back by the other player.
See where they haven't moved the football anywhere. Now they're going with it.
Say there was a flag on the field, so there is a penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct against Grand Blanc.
It's going to go all the way back to the Grand Blanc 32. 5:24 left to play.
Now the Bulldogs just got to keep their heads. They love their teammates and they take care of their own, but you can't hit a hot head and go after another player just because their player decided to do a cheap shot on us. You've got to keep your head, just use it to fuel your fire into stopping them on defense and getting this ball back.
I'd like to also give a shout out to Tim Capacia out there on Adams Road in Oakland Township watching the game tonight. Still trying to get a beat on who that number is. He's got his knees bended. I don't know, maybe he got something else, maybe upper body or something like that. So as we discussed earlier,
it is number 20 for the Bulldogs. Paul Cadena, as you did say.
I thought it was. Paul's he's walking off, a little bit of a gimp, but he is walking under his own power. So he'll take a seat. With 5:24 left to play in the first half, plenty of time for the Bobcats to come down and see what Romeo calls up here. As far as the defense, they haven't had much luck. Back goes Morrow. He's looking, got a little screen out there. It's to Coleman, and he avoids a couple of guys and finally tackled there for a first down. I think they're going to call it the 45-yard line.
The defensive end for Romeo thought he had a perfect path to the quarterback, but it was a perfect path only because there was, as Tim said, a screen being set up perfectly with great blocking. Definitely got a first down and more.
Morrow was going to go from the shotgun now. Coleman in the backfield again, fakes it to him. Morrow hits his big wide receiver. That's big number 88, Rafael Shah, I believe. Yeah, there he is.
I think that's number 80. I think you guys both said 88, but I think that was number 80, Mr. Jace Stinson.
Could have been.
That.
He's a sophomore, Jay Stinson. Yeah, he's out there now. 2nd and 1. There's Brown with it. He spurts through the line. He's got a first down. He's trying to keep going. The Bulldogs are staying at him. A run turned into a rugby scrum.
Yes, it did.
It's going to be a first down for the Bobcats, and they're going to be in Romeo territory at the 40-yard line.
Rugby scrum of a back and forth, north and south kind of a thing. But it is first down for the Grand Blanc Bobcats in Bulldog territory, as Tim has just said. Bulldogs got to find a way to tighten up this defense and, if anything, allow just a field goal or no points at all. Turnover would be huge right now.
Brown gets it. Tries to go up the middle. He stumbles around and finally tackled there by Mancini. He got about 3 yards on the play. Be 2nd down and 7.
Grand Blanc is definitely doing a different kind of offensive strategy right now. They are letting the clock run themselves, score when the clock is out, so the Bulldogs can't get this ball back and score themselves. Got less than 3 minutes to go until the end of the first half. Bulldog defense has got to find a way to stop them from doing that.
2nd down and 7 for the Bobcats. Fake to Coleman. Now Morrow. He's got to go around the side. Finally pushed out by Orburn. Let's see how far he got. Looks like he's up to the 32-yard line. 33. They're going to mark it at the 33-yard line. 3rd down and 3 for Grand Blanc. Probably in 2-down territory.
Yeah. Definitely would be nice to see the Bulldogs force them into a 4th down to see exactly what they would do. Great momentum for the defense if they can do this.
Now Grand Blanc's going to change the play here. Coach Caleb 4. Now they're going to call timeout. That's what he's going to do. 2:38 remaining here in the first half. We're all tied up at 21s, but Grand Blanc is threatening as the Romeo 33-yard line.
Bulldogs almost jumped off sides, which caused Grand Blanc quarterback Morrow to start to change the play, but then the coach didn't like the game call that he had called, so he decided to call timeout just to talk it over with his star quarterback and to figure out what they can do to get into the end zone and take the lead back from the Bulldogs. On the other hand, Bulldog defense talking about right now how big it would be to get them into a 4th down, maybe sack the quarterback or turnover, especially right here, right now. Turn the ball over, 3 timeouts left to go in 2 minutes.
I think they're going to need a turnover because I think even if it's 4th and 12, they're going to go for it.
Yeah, because it's almost like their kicker isn't the type of kicker who's going to kick a field goal like that far away.
It looks like Lou the Toe Groza from the old Cleveland Browns, straight on kicker, or Earl Mann.
Yeah.
Some of you old Lion fans remember him. Straight on kicker. Not that soccer style. So here we go, 3rd and 3. Ball's on the Bulldog 33. Now what do we got? Another timeout?
Yep. Romeo's
going to call timeout now that they see what Grand Blanc's going to do. So it's I'll show you mine, you show me yours type of timeouts going on here.
It's a chess game. A little chess battle between coaches trying to
dial up the perfect play, the perfect defense.
Drive someone into a sense of security that could cause a turnover or it could cause a big play for a touchdown. That's all part of football, and you're seeing a great game being played.
Well, like you say, it's number 3, Grand Blanc.
Versus number 13,
Romeo. So far, the Bulldogs have hung in there.
And this is what you would expect from a top 25 battle. It's technically a top 15 battle because both are ranked higher than number 15 as well. See a run up the middle right here.
It's Coleman. He hops around. He's not going to get there. He got to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Good coverage there by Romeo. Mancini was in there.
And it's
exactly Lockbeiler. It's going to be 4th down. Like I said, I don't think Stanley's a long field goal kicker, so we know that they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
No, and I definitely called that run up the middle kind of thing, and it did not go the way the Grand Blanc thought it was going to go. This is huge for the Bulldogs right here. They can get the ball back and get a potential to go down and score themselves, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown.
Okay, and you got to watch out for Morrow. What do we got? Timeout, Romeo.
I mean, it is a good opportunity to call a timeout and figure out what you're going to do. As long as you can offensively go quick to get down into field goal territory to give yourselves a 3-point lead, if you can get the stop here, is still a great strategy because then if the touchdown battle continues in the second half, you'll at least be in the lead when you score and not a tie. So if they come out and score first, and then they score back, they'll be in the lead instead of it being a tie again. And that's
folks. You hear me mention the Romeo Sports Recap TV show on the Mitt TV, but the Mitt TV also keeps you in contact with all the great events happening here in the Romeo area, Bruce Township, Washington Township. you'll want to be able to go to the Mitt TV website and check out all the wonderful things that are happening and the wonderful features on the people that make up your community. If it matters to you, it matters to us on the Mitt TV. So here we go, 4th, and they're calling it 4, but I don't think it's 4.
No.
Maybe 3.5 at best.
Yeah.
Morrow looking, back to throw, fires down, man wide open down there. And into the end zone he goes. He was wide open. Number 5, Angelo Chapman. Why was he so wide open? I don't know.
Defensive blunder. The defender ran up instead of following the receiver all the way. And unfortunately, first defensive mistake for the Bulldogs that cost them the lead.
Now, man, Stanley's on. He's going to try to kick that extra point, make it 28-21. Tim McDermott is his holder. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So a minute 54 left to play here in the first half. The Romeo Bulldogs now trail the Grand Blanc Bobcats 28-21, and it's been a seesaw back and forth battle. Like we told you, whoever stops first has a chance to take the lead and win this game. But and the Bulldogs got stopped, so now they're going to have to come back just to tie the score with a minute 54 left to play.
And that's plenty of time to get down into the red zone, score a touchdown, or kick a field goal. Even points are points at this point. You go in the locker room, halftime, talk about the game plan, come out, stop Grand Blanc on their first drive of the second half. You get the ball back, you down and score, you're in the lead again. So any kind of point right now would be awesome. So they need great special teams.
You're exhausting me with that.
I know. Any kind of points would be
I think
awesome.
I understand what you're saying.
You think?
I think. I don't know. I'm trying to cipher it, you know.
But a great special teams play right here would be do Romeo wonders.
Now we'll see what Stanley does. He kicked a line drive one time. He squibbed it another time. This time he kicked it deep. This time he is going to kick it deep. Taken there by Troy Smith, caught cleanly. Smith looking up the middle. He's going to be tackled right there by the Grand Blancs number 47. That was Hunter and Tukoviak.
Minute 49, one timeout, plenty of time. Definitely have to get big chunk plays to be able to get all the way down there.
I think even if they got down there and got a field goal, you know.
Yeah, no, points are points at this point.
They get to the 35, they definitely give Joey Seeley a chance.
Yep. You get down to the 35, and it's a 42-yard field goal.
Now we'll see what Sammy Nepa comes up with here. Ball's on his own 26-yard line.
It's just 49 yards to that field goal.
Coon fired out there. Brody Myers got it, looking to get out of bounds, and he does. Let's see where they're going to mark him out. I think he got about 5 yards.
Which is smart.
No, he got more than that.
Smart play by Romeo offense. You're playing the out-of-bounds line where you catch the ball, get as many yards you can, and then get out of bounds before you get tackled. That way you're not taking much time off the clock. That was only 6 seconds that came off the clock, and a great chunk of yards.
2nd down and 6 for the Bulldogs. The 2-minute offense, if you will. Sammy Nepa fired out there sidelines. Nice catch out there. And out of bounds goes Watson. Braden Watson runs a perfect sideline pass. Stops the clock with a minute 38. And he got it all the way up to the 43-yard line of Romeo.
It's almost like Grand Blanc's playing a zone prevent kind of a defense, but that perfect toe touch catch out of bounds got exactly what the Bulldogs needed. And that only took 5 seconds off the clock. They are clock managing wizards at the moment.
shovel pass to Cahoon. He'll get a couple of yards. They're going to have to hurry up here.
Definitely have
Second
to get,
down and 8 for Romeo.
Definitely need to get lined up and get that play in quick.
They called it, so I didn't think. I think Romeo thought that Grand Blanc wouldn't be expecting a run, but they did. They were good coverage. Sammy Neppa gets out of it. Oh, he's looking long and deep for Meyer. That's a wounded duck out there. And Brody Meyer going to make the tackle. It's after it's intercepted there by number 21, Keandre Cummings. We got a flag on the field. Hold on, I want to.
Is it a flag before the interception or a flag after the interception? If that's a flag before, Bulldogs will keep the ball. If that flag is after, it's going to back up Grand Blanc.
It's after, but I want to see what it is. Yeah, he picked it up. He didn't even give us a signal what it was.
He probably picked it up. He's going to talk to the guy right now.
Injury.
Maybe.
Well, it's an injury timeout for sure. Can't see which Bulldog that is down there. What the number is.
Neppa threw that ball up, but before he threw that ball up, his arm got hit. So once the arm gets hit, that turned into what exactly Tim called it, a wounded duck flying into the air, not knowing where it's going to land. And unfortunately, it landed into the arms of a Grand Blanc defender.
Looking there, it's which receiver that might be. I don't know if that's.
What
it looks like it's. Wonder if it's Watson, Meyer, Neppa. They're all up. Not Troy Smith.
Is that another receiver that was out there?
Looks like that was a lineman running down there.
Definitely.
Looks like he's got his
helmet off.
Not moving his legs, so I don't know if it could be an upper body type of injury.
Almost a flag. Could have been a late hit.
There was no flag. They got the ball in the 40.
But the down marker is starting at the 30. So is there a 10-yard penalty?
Well, I don't know.
They're about to walk
I never
off?
trust the down marker guy.
No, he's just.
They're great guys, but
he's probably hanging on the wrong side.
They need a little guidance. Look like.
Unless this is Romeo ball, if the down marker is exactly where he's supposed to be, this is Bulldog ball, and the penalty happened before the interception.
I'm not quite sure here. See if we can get the player up here.
I mean, I like I said, we don't trust the down box marker because the guy could be in the wrong spot.
All I know is I see the ball laying on the 40-yard line. And the down marker guys are going Romeo's way.
Now the question is the defensive Romeo on the field right now on one knee, or is the offense on one knee?
Looks like the offense is on one knee, so.
That could be Romeo ball.
To wait and see here.
This could be a huge break for the Bulldogs if this is Romeo ball.
59 seconds left to play here in the first half. Still trying to get a number on that player. He looked like he was going to get up, and then they put him back down.
Are they working on his shoulder?
I think they're working on his neck, to be quite honest.
If they're working on a neck, that's. I hope we don't see that stretcher come out like we saw last week.
Yeah, we hope not. That's just terrible thing that happened to Miles Sharp last week of Roseville.
There was an update on him, though. He only had a concussion. So no neck injury, just a standard concussion, so he's going to be perfectly fine. And
well, that's a relief.
Yeah.
He's a great player, Miles Sharp of Roseville. Got hurt last week and had to get carried off in a stretcher. I'm going to see if they can't get him lifted up. If we get it, is that Troy Smith? Who is that? No?
No. Is it
It's a lineman.
something? It's a lineman. How did a lineman end up all the way down
Well,
there?
he's probably down there to make a tackle.
Okay.
Yeah, he could have been speared. I don't know.
Is that it's 20? I think it's 20 something. It's not Parker Cahoon, is it? 22.
No, it looks like it might be number 50, William Locke.
Maybe my 5 looks like a 2. Oh yeah, it does look like it is number 50.
Well, they're gonna have him get on his feet. He's standing up, and that's a good sign.
Yes, sir.
And it looks like he's got ice pack on his. No, he looks a little woozy. And I don't know.
Concussion.
Could have been a concussion. Could be or what they used to call in the old days the bell got rung. But good to see him up. That's number 50 of Romeo, William Locke.
So here comes the
Romeo
Bulldog offense. So
it is 1st and 10 from the 40 of Grand Blanc.
So the
59 seconds left to play here in the second half. Don't know what happened there.
I want to say there's a penalty against Grand Blanc, maybe pass interference.
Well, it could have been before it could have been while Locke was protecting there. Sammy Neppa fires in there, broke it up nicely. That was number 6. Dalen Taylor, he leads a team in interceptions, and he was blanket covering 2nd down and 10. The pass was intended for Joey Neppa, and old Dalen got in there and made the play.
Bulldogs do have 1 timeout left if necessary. How many yards do you think they need if they do decide to go for a field goal, if that comes down to it? Do they need 5 or 10 yards?
Probably another 10 yards.
So they need a 1st down.
Quick pass to Brody Meyer, makes a move, 1-man miss to the 35, down to the 32. Close to a 1st down. The clock's going to keep running, though. Bulldogs got to hurry it up. It's 44 seconds and running. Going to be 3rd down. And I want to say 3 yards to go.
Bulldogs trying to conserve that timeout.
Joey Neppa going to roll out to the outside, going to have to throw it away. Looking for Watson. I'm sorry, that was his brother Joey.
Go for it on 4th. Are they in field goal range?
23 seconds. It probably behooves them to go for it.
They can call a timeout. If they get this 1st down, they can call a timeout, stop the clock. Clock automatically stops on a 1st down until the ball is placed down.
Well, it's only 4th and 3, so Warburn comes in.
They're going to load the box. They're expecting a run.
4th and 3, and they're all bunched in there.
That's what they're doing. They're loading the box. Oh, offsides on the defense?
And it looks like...
Yep, offsides defense. But free 5 yards for the Bulldogs.
I want to say that's number 82, it looks like. Amir Milton. He goes offside, and that'll give Romeo 1st down, 23 seconds. They need a few more yards to feel comfortable about Joey Seeley coming on to kick an extra point, or field goal, rather.
23 seconds and 28 yards and a timeout.
Blitz coming. Little screen pass there. Cahoon breaks it. He's all the way down to the 18-yard line. Got 9 yards.
Bulldogs call that quick timeout.
Bulldogs will. You got a flag on the play?
There's a flag on the play. It is against the Bulldogs. They're talking to Grand Blanc right now. Personal foul, face mask on Grand Blanc. Extra 15 yards from the end of the run. That puts the Bulldogs in striking distance of that touchdown.
1st and goal from the 9 with 14 seconds left to play.
And they still have a timeout.
An improbable drive here by Romeo, but they've sort of scrapped their way down the field to get to the 9-yard line of Grand Blanc. Neppa fires to the end zone. He got his man. Touchdown, Brody Meyer.
9-yard touchdown pass to Brody Meyer. Offensive battle. Couple of penalties on Grand Blanc, and the Bulldogs are one extra point away from tying this game and going to the half.
And I want to tell you, Sammy Neppa fired that football, and Brody Meyer did a good job of catching that bullet right in the back of the end zone. So it's 28-27. Bulldog within one here. Joey Seeley on to kick the extra point, and the touchdown catcher, Brody Meyer, will do the holding. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 12 seconds left to play in the first half.
There's a flag on the play, though.
Bulldogs have tied the score. I think it's going to be offside against Grand Blanc.
I think they were trying to jump the count, and they were offsides.
So that'd be an advantage to Romeo. They'll be able to move up a little bit.
Huge 12 seconds. You don't want to give Grand Blanc an opportunity to get anywhere down near the end zone, and you definitely want to play the biggest prevent defense of your lives to get out of this half tied here at 28. You cashed in on a couple of mistakes by Grand Blanc and some offensive strikes down the field, and this game is tied exactly where you want to be heading into halftime.
I was talking to Joey Seeley before the game, the kicker for Romeo, and the ball's not carrying in this colder weather like it normally does. And that may be one of the reasons Joey's just getting it to the goal line. Normally he kicks it right through into the end zone. So
56-point first half.
He should be rested, though. He hasn't played soccer for a while. So.
That's true.
Little pooch kick to the side, taken there by number 22 of Grand Blanc, being wrapped up and tackled there by Landon Gatinsky.
He tried to run west to the open field, but he was roped down by the Bulldog.
That was Jake DeWitt on the carry on the return for Grand Blanc, but Gatinsky got him back at the Grand Blanc, just over the 25-yard line.
You think
called the 25 and a half.
Grand Blanc going to take a knee, or you think they're going to try to go for it all?
No, I think there's going to be a knee in there because they're going to get the ball back to start the first half. So that's going to be the end of the first half of play with the score. The Romeo Bulldogs 28, the Grand Blanc Bobcats 28. Stay tuned. We'll have more coverage right here from Barnbow Field. And see you next half.
Now, please help me welcome to the field, the Romeo High School. The Romeo High School varsity dancing. for Romeo High School, varsity dance team. If you bought a ticket tonight in the victory raffle, get those tickets out. The winning ticket number is 0421711. Again, the number is 0421711. You got that ticket, bring it up to the press box to collect your prize. If you don't have that ticket, hold on to your ticket in case that got left. And I'd like to direct your attention down to the track as we introduce the senior members of our band with their parents. Catherine Anderman, she plays the clarinet. She's instructed by Mr. Coventry with Josephina, who is trumpet player and drum major. Catherine hopes to attend the U of M for neuroscience. Josephina plans to attend college as well for fall. Katie Andrich, percussionist and in the color guard, escorted by Santana Woolner and Russ Woolner. Plans to go to Central Michigan to continue for nursing via hospice nurse. Delilah Baring plays the sousaphone. She's with her mom and dad. Unsure of her college plans at this time, but does plan to attend college. Vivian Castaneda plays the clarinet. He's with his mom. Plans on finishing a finished carpentry apprenticeship. Alyssa Chambers plays the alto sax, scored by mom Jennifer and dad Dennis. Alyssa is committed to swimming at the University of Buffalo to study biological sciences, with the hopes of going into zoological veterinary medicine. Emma Christensen plays the trumpet with her mom Rachel and dad Richard. Plans to major in physical therapy. Melanie Edwards plays the trumpet with Kelly and Brian Edwards. Plans to study engineering. Olivia Ellis in the color guard, escorted by her mom and dad. Plans to go to college and pursue a career in film. Max Elser plays the trombone, scored by his parents. He's applying at U of M for nuclear engineering and radiological sciences. Amelia Farley plays the baritone. She's with her mom. Plans to go to college and become a teacher. Jacob Kruger plays the sax and tuba with his mom and dad. Plans to go into nursing. Madeline Herdman plays the trumpet, scored by her parents Jim and Angela. Plans to study architecture and interior design. Julian Hill plays the clarinet with his mom and dad. Applying to U of M with hopes of attending law school and entering a career in criminal justice. Sawyer Mikowski plays percussion with the bass drum. He's with his mom and dad. Plans to study musical theater. Eva Moore plays the clarinet. She's with Nikki and Dave. Plans to study computer science at Oakland. Isaac Nickel plays the bass clarinet with his mom and dad. Plans to attend Michigan Tech University, get his mechanical engineering degree. Mary Paoletti plays the alto sax. She's with her mom Abby and her dad Mark. Planning on going into education. Anna Perrick plays the flute and piccolo with her mom and dad. Plans to go into law enforcement. Dylan Parker plays the alto sax with his mom and his dad, Tracy and Dave. Plans to go to Kettering, get a bachelor's in mechanical engineering. Astor Black plays the flute and the oboe. Astor's with mom. Plans to go to Oakland University to study electrical and mechanical engineering. Alex Shaw plays the cymbals with mom April, dad Chris, and grandma Liz. Plans to attend college, majoring in aeronautical science, and then continuing on into the Air Force. Terrence Seaman in the color bearer, with her parents Nick and Adele, plans to go to college for either business or genetics. Jillian Skonechny plays the flute and the bass drum. She's with her mom and dad. Plans to get married, start a family, and continue to serve the community. Caitlin Smith plays the flute. She's with her mom and dad. Plans to major in aerospace engineering with the hopes of scaling the moon. Jackson Studebaker plays trombone, bass trombone, and guitar with his mom and dad. Plans to study at the Culinary Institute of America. Giselle Marguerite Stone plays the alto sax with her mom Jean. Plans to major in biology, minor in environmental science. Dream job is to work for the Environmental Protection Agency. Skylar Swanson plays the clarinet. Skylar is with mom and dad John and Kelly. Plans to attend college to pursue a degree in business. David Tucker plays the alto sax. David's with her mom. Plans on attending McCall for dental hygiene and dental assistant. Emma Turner plays the flute. She's with her mom and dad. Plans to go to Ferris State University to become an optometrist. Let's have a round of applause for our band seniors. And the most important part, their parents. Now please welcome to the field the 2025 Romeo Blanc Marching Band under the direction of John Phillips and Scott Hill, drum majors Josephina Cuddijar and Hannah Eichler. This year's show concept is led by senior Alyssa Chambers. For 2025, our band takes you through a musical journey through the world of DreamWorks. The band opens tonight by channeling the 80s with Bonnie Tyler going out for a hero from Shrek 2. But in 2008, another unexpected hero came out of nowhere to make audiences laugh and cheer as Poe the Panda sought out his dreams of becoming master of martial arts. Took on the worst villains of ancient China. Our show continues with the unofficial theme song of Kung Fu Panda with the 1974 hit Kung Fu Fighting featuring senior trumpet soloist Matty Burton. To close out the 2025 halftime show, we came to the village of Burke, where Viking warriors battle fierce dragons. With a franchise that spans over 15 years, the band closes with music from How to Train Your Dragon. Let's hear it again for the Romeo High School marching band.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Mitt TV broadcast special from Barnwell Field in Romeo. The Romeo Bulldogs and the Grand Blanc Bobcats all tied up at 28 here as we get ready for the second half of football. And Andrew Welch,
hello.
You have a recap of the scoring.
I do. 56 total points scored in the first half. Talking to one of the Grand Blanc people during halftime, this is the closest game they have been in all year. Romeo got the scoring started off on a fumble rooski of a kickoff return, 88 yards, Brody Meyer to the house. Romeo was up 7-0. But then Grand Blanc struck back on an Ashton Brown 2-yard run, and it was 7-7 in the first quarter. But then Roarborn, 2-yard run, rumble into the end zone, caused it to be 14-7 at the end of the first quarter, almost at the end of the first quarter. But then Coleman adds a 49-yard scamper to the house, and that's what made it 14-14 at the end of the first quarter. Entering the second quarter, it just continued. Cahoon, a 15-yard draw play into the end zone, score for the Bulldogs, and they led 21-14. But then here comes the Bobcats. Coleman, an eighth of a yard skosh of a run into the end zone, tied the game at 21. First defensive stop of the game goes to Grand Blanc, and they turned that into a 29-yard pass from Morrow to Chapman. That gave Grand Blanc the very first lead of the game, 28-21, but the Bulldogs were not finished yet. Penalties and a nice offensive drive, 9-yard pass from Nepa to Meyer caused the score to end up being 28-28 all, headed into the first half.
It was like a basketball game,
yeah.
You know, easily everybody scoring and stuff. You could see why Grand Blanc is rated number 3. They have all kinds of talent on that football team. Running backs, both running backs, including the sophomore number 26, Ashton Brown, has shown them the ability to break them.
Yep.
And their star, bell cow, if you will, Jeremiah Coleman, he's got a great accelerating second gear. And he actually ran a route out of his running back position and got a big first down for the Grand Blanc Bobcats. But Romeo hanging in there on offense. They a little bit more mix of run and pass, 5 yards, 8 yards. Yep. And Sammy Nepp has been pretty much right on.
Yes, he has.
And there was a penalty on the Bulldogs' last drive, which I imagine William Locke.
It had to be pass interference because it was a 15-yard penalty that put the Bulldogs in Grand Blanc territory and gave them a good chance to score at the end.
And they did score with a rifle to Brody Meyer in the end zone, and he was able to corral it.
Yep.
And we're tied at 28. Now the Bobcats will get the football first to start the second half. Romeo will kick, and
big test here for the defense for the Bulldogs. If they can stop Grand Blanc on a 3-and-out, or at least get them to punt the ball away, get that ball back, they can get control back of this game. They lost control because Grand Blanc has the only defensive stop of the game. And that's what gave Grand Blanc the control that they have at this very moment. It's a big test for the defense.
Joey Seeley's got to get his kicking tee there. He's got it. He's getting ready. And like I said, I was talking to Joey earlier. He said his leg's fresh. He thinks this cold air, it makes it difficult for him to hit it and get a good carry on that football. But we'll see what he does here.
What do you think? A little trick play potentially to get that ball away from
I
Grand
don't
Blanc?
know. There's really not a lot of there's an open spot right over in the middle. If you can get a Romeo player to the football, they might be able to recover it.
They're definitely set up to the point where they think Romeo might try something like that, because you want it near your gunners. Your gunners are the fast players, but they have 3 guys each side to protect the gunners.
DeWitt and Coleman are deep. It's a little bit of a line drive. Goes there right away to number 1. Mackay Kemp. Aiden Lockheed with the stop there. I'm sorry, Dalton Sirikoff, number 15.
Kind of intrigued to see what kind of formation Grand Blanc's going to come out in. They've thrown a couple of different formations.
Yeah, it's a very, very potent offense. And a lot of talented skill players, and that line is not too bad either. Led there by big number 77, Joey Asperger at right tackle. He's a beast. I'll give this to Coleman. He's going to be tackled after he gains about 2 yards. Looks like number 98, Anthony D'Angelo, was in there, made initial contact. Be second down and 8 for Grand Blanc.
They started with the run to test the Bulldogs early. I wouldn't be surprised if they break out a pass plays sometime during this drive.
Safety's backing up. Morrow being chased. Throws it out there. It's caught out there. And looks like Coleman's got it. I'm sorry, it's not Coleman. Number six, Dalen Taylor. He gets a first down all the way up to the Romeo 42, and this is what the Bulldogs were afraid of coming out here in the second half, that Grand Blanc would pick up right where they left off.
They had him dead to rights, tackle him right at the first down marker, but he just ran a little bit to the west, and North finally opened up, and he got a big chunk play.
Morrow to throw. He got a man wide open. That's number 1, Kemp. He's got a first down, tackle there at the Romeo 33. Looks like Romeo giving him a lot of ground there.
Yeah, zone defense. Unfortunately, unless your guys are fast enough to get there in time to knock the ball out of his hands, is going to hurt you when they attack the middle of it.
And we did notice Grand Blanc is playing a man-to-man defense.
Yes, they are.
And Romeo's confident they can beat that, but Romeo's got to come up with some big plays here on that defense. They're giving a lot of room to the receivers. Coleman again, trying to go around the right side. He got a little bit of running room. And he's going to be tackled for a loss there by Howes. Dominic Howes coming up from his cornerback spot.
The end did a good job keeping contained, forcing Brown out to the deep outside, and it allowed number 3 for the Bulldogs, Howes, to come up and make a great leg-grabbing tackle and ended up losing a yard on that.
Yeah, loss of a yard. It'll be second down and 11. Ball is placed on the 28.
Another pass play coming.
Morrow got some guys downfield. Good route run there. Out of bounds he goes. That was number 8, Tim McDermott. He's got a first down. Ball's on the, I want to say the Romeo 17. So, well, they back him up. They don't have to worry about the deep ball anymore.
No, they don't. But
maybe the fade, but the deep ball. Yeah. So maybe they can bunch up a little closer.
Definitely not how the defense wanted to start. Let's see if they can stall him out here in the red zone.
I mean, that was a heck of a come up there by Aiden Lougheed, number 13. He came up there and just smashed the Bobcat runner. He got a yard, so second down and 9.
Bobcats in the hurry-up kind of offense. They've been in this way the entire drive. I could see another pass play here. It's been run, then pass, run, then pass.
Morrow. D'Angelo breaks through. Fires in the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. Number 4, Kayston Sendry.
Flag on the play. This could be coming back as a hold against the Bobcats.
I did see one, but I didn't know if they were going to call it or not, but that's what it's going to be. So scratch touchdown off the board.
Holding offense. Number Bobcat.
Be second down again. Repeat the second down. Let's see where they mark the football. It usually is from the spot of the foul. But
It is usually from the spot of the foul, so it could only be a couple yard penalty, or it could end up being a full 10.
They said from the line of scrimmage. So. It's going to move them all the way back to the Romeo 25, where it'll be second down now. And looks like 19.
Definitely another pass play is upcoming. They've got to shorten this zone and be a lot faster to get to that ball. Blitz.
Romeo. The man wide open in the flats. Caught out there. There's Brown out there with that catch. And he gets down to the 16, where it'll be third down. And 12, I believe.
He got back most of the penalty yards. Third down and 9.5.
Well, we'll go with you there. They got to get down to the 6 or 7 yard line. Well, 6 yard line for a first down. So here we go. Third down and 9.
Big defensive stop for the Bulldogs. It could be 2 in a row if they go 4 down territory.
Morrow back to throw. Got a man. Was open for a moment. Now he's going to run out of it. Now he's going to fire in the end zone. Incomplete. Fourth down and 10. Well, they're going to trot Stanley out there. I'm not sure.
They have a bunch of guys coming out. Is this a field goal attempt?
Well, I'm looking for old number 61, and there he is. He's out there. Ben Stanley. Looks like they are going to attempt a field goal. They're going to move it over to the left hash, and Ben will take it from there. Looks like about a 33-yard field goal for Ben.
Let's see. The ball is on the, what do we say, the
23. That's where he's going to kick it from.
Kick it from the 23, so 10 extra yards, so 33. You are correct. You got it. You got that Eisenhower math.
It's a good refreshers math class I took there. Kick is up.
Blocked.
Blocked. Into the end zone it goes. And the Romeo defense gets a stop here in the third quarter.
You know, they may have let them all the way down to the red zone, but they got out of the red zone because of a bad penalty. Got back into it. Bulldog defense comes up big, gets the block. No points for the Bobcats, and the Bulldogs will take over on downs.
We had a couple
from the 23-yard line.
Couple shout-outs here for the pride of the Detroit Martin Luther King High School football team from way back. Ryan Codello is watching this game from his humble abode. And also watching the game, girls softball coach Ronnie LeBlanc. Trying to get around the corners, Troy Smith, he gets around the corner and he's bumped out of bounds there by number 6, Dalen Taylor, but not before Smith gets, looks like about 7 yards on that play. It'll be second down and 3.
Maybe 8.
Yeah,
Maybe they added a yard.
Yeah, they did add a yard, by golly. Also like to give a shout out to our friend in the Romeo hockey organization, Kim Gamble. Kim, hope you have a good time here in the hockey season coming up. Fake to Freddie inside handoff, but that didn't fool anybody. And that was for Troy Smith. He did not fool anybody. He lost some yardage.
Yep.
So that's going to make it a little bit more difficult of a third down, maybe 3rd and 5.
Bulldogs using methodical offense right now, trying to let that clock run, bring back their run game. They've got to most definitely get a first down here. You don't want to go 3 and out and give the momentum back to Grand Blanc and the ball back to them with the momentum.
No, and you want to at least to get, if you're going to give it back to them, make sure they don't get good field position. Smith in motion. Give us to him. He's going around the right side. Got a little bit of running room to the 35, to the 40, and out of bounds. Looks like he's going to get out of bounds about the 41. We'll see where the officials mark it. Now he's going to mark it at the 42, so it'll be 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
Great job running to the outside, to the weak side of the field, and getting that first down and continuing this drive.
Romeo needed a big first down there. Keep possession of the football. Like we said earlier in the broadcast, you want to possess the ball a long time. Keep it out of that offense of Grand Blanc's hands.
Yep. Running out of bounds does stop the clock.
Give on the other side. Smith's going to cut it back, and that was a mistake. Because Elijah Wells was right there, and he banged him pretty good right there at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a half a yard.
The biggest issue is he stopped his feet. He literally stopped his momentum, and that's when he took the shot. If he maybe kept his feet, he could have done a spin move or some kind of juke and got past the tackler, but let that be a lesson to you young players out there, running backs alike. Do not stop your feet to try to think about your next move. Just explode into your next move and don't ever stop.
Oh, here we go. 2nd down and 10. Ball's on the 42. Give us to Brody Meyer. It's a pass play. Oh. Yeah.
Pass interference. Flag on the play.
That's going to be Wells out there. He grabbed him, then he grabbed him again, and Brody Meyer threw it. Couldn't possibly catch it. He knew he was beat.
Trick play. Got him off their heels. I thought it was a run play, but the receiver tried to get by him. 2 grabs. Caused a pass interference. I believe it'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Bulldogs into Grand Blanc territory.
We'll see where the man puts it. It could be just a hold. I think it is. Just defensive holding.
Just defensive holding.
And that'll move it, though, to the Grand Blanc 47.
It was only a 5-yard, before 5 yards, so that's why it's only defensive holding and not pass interference, but still, automatic first down in the Grand Blanc territory.
Sammy Knepp over center. Parker Cahoon back in. Box is loaded. Fake to Brody Meyer. He's got Brody open in the flat. Throw out there for Watson. Caught by Howes on the sideline. Defensive back. At least we know he's got some hands out there. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Romeo. I'd like to give a shout out to Ken Kwasnick, who's watching this game in Shelby Township. Interested in Romeo football because of the top 25 matchup here tonight. Ken's son is a fighter pilot in the United States. I believe it's the Naval Air Force. Flies them top of the line jets there. Inside hand up to Cone. He's got a little bit of running room. Dashes up the middle. And he's to the 34-yard line.
Flag on the play. Hopefully it's against the Bobcats.
It doesn't look that way. Wait a minute. Yeah,
holding on the offense.
It's holding on Romeo, so that's coming back. That'll be a 10-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. See where they mark it there.
Spot of the foul, so it'll be
down to the 43-yard line of Romeo. So 2nd down and 20 yards to go. All right. You need to get half of this back, I think.
Yeah. Oh, on this play, easy. Or either that or get back to the original line of scrimmage. Which is exactly half of what you said.
Napa fires it over to Cahoon.
Ooh,
He's got it right at the line of scrimmage. Almost had a chance to get that ball picked off there by
that was very dangerous.
The linebacker, Giles. Number 45 was out there. He's a very active linebacker. He's their top linebacker, probably top defensive player. Let's see where Nepa's got to get the ball to somebody down at the Bobcat 37. Smith takes it, looking for a block from Joey Knepp. He's not really getting a good one. And he is tackled by number 31, Giovanni Ayatona.
Bulldogs had an offensive drive working their way. Unfortunately, bad time to take a holding penalty. Pushed them back 10 yards. Couldn't do anything from there. They're going to punt the ball away and give it back to the Bobcats. Hopefully their defense can step up and stop the Bobcats again.
Jeremiah Coleman standing at his own 25. Good snap for Joey Seeley. Kicks a high one. Fair catch called for by Coleman. Bobbles it for a moment, but he covers it up, boy. Talk about somebody scrambling on the beach. He almost floundered that away, but he got it. So it's 1st and 10, Grand Blanc, and it's going to be on their own 24-yard line. 3:24 left to play here in the third quarter. We're all knotted up at 28.
Too bad that Bulldog was not there to put a little more pressure on him, because he had a way with one. Definitely muffed that punt, but Bobcat ball to see what they can do on offense. Hopefully the
Morrow's going to go from the shotgun. You got Coleman in the backfield. Let's see if the Bobcats return to the running game. Well, Morrow's going to roll out. Got a man in the flat and a man deep. Wide open down there. Sundry cuts it towards the middle. He's headed to the end zone. And he's caught there by Dominic Howes. I don't know where he got him, maybe around the 8-yard line. And they're going to call it to 7.
Shoelace saving tackle by the Bulldogs to keep them out of the end zone, but the damage, unfortunately, has already been done on
I mean, he was wide open.
It's just zone defense, though. Either that or a defensive mistake. Someone missed their assignment and allowed a big play.
Oh, here we go. Ball's on the 7-yard line. Grand Blanc knocking on the door. Morrow's going to keep it. In trouble. Almost got him. Now he's looking to run, and he'll go out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
And he took a hard shot because he decided not to go out of bounds. He's looking for a flag, but there's not going to be a flag. When you indicate yourself as a runner and you don't go out of bounds,
now there's a penalty.
You can take a shot.
There's a penalty in the arguments, but
you're not out of bounds.
Proctor was the one that we'll see what's going on here.
It could be on.
They told him. I think what happened is they told him to break it up, and somebody didn't break it up.
No.
And he may get 2 players. He may get 1. We'll see.
But the quarterback wants to complain, but you're still in bounds. If you're not out of bounds, you can take. You're going to get hit, and that's what you did. You didn't go out of bounds. You got a hit, and you just take it. You don't complain to the ref. You're not Tom Brady. You're not going to get a call.
It's offsetting penalties. We're going to replay the down, I think. Replay the down. 2nd down. No, they're going to call it 2nd down.
After the play was over, so they.
2nd down, yes. Oh, 2nd down from the 7-yard line.
So he got back to the original line of scrimmage and took a shot.
Yeah, he almost had a big loss back there.
Yeah.
Romeo was chasing him around back there. Well, like you say, they don't have to worry about the deep ball here, so they can cover him up a little bit. They are still playing zone. Brown and Coleman are the running backs back there. Morrow's from the shotgun. Gives it to Brown. Oh, he's got a wide open area. Brown headed to the end zone, but he's going to be stopped short of the end zone. Looks like the 3-yard line will be 3rd and 3.
Got to a wide open area, but the area closed up very quickly. He was able to get 4 yards out of it, but stopped short of the end zone.
So now they're going to get the big push.
Yeah. Bring in the jumbo package.
Well, they got some big boys up there in the front.
See a run coming up the middle.
Alex Fisher, number 74, a right guard. He's a monster, too. Looking for Coleman over the middle. He's got a man. Morrow tried to run it, and he's going to be caught from behind. Proctor got him originally, and it'll be 4th down.
Do they go for it, or do they kick a field goal again?
Well, a little closer for Stanley, almost like an extra point.
But I don't see guys coming on the field, so.
I don't see Stanley coming on the field, that's for sure. No, they're going to go for it here on 4th and 4.
Big defensive stop coming up for the Bulldogs.
Coleman is deep. Brown is right next to Morrow in the backfield. Sendry comes in motion. Morrow looking for Sendry in the corner. Knocked down. Dominic Howes with a big play for Romeo. And the Bulldogs will take over on downs.
When you're that close to the end zone, the zone defense is actually a benefit and an asset for you. Great job by the defenders. Great job by Romeo to get that 4th down stop. They will take over on downs. 1st and 10 from deep in their own end zone, in their own territory. So they have a lot of ground.
Well, they had a flag down there. It's against Grand Blanc, and it'll move the ball up, give the Bulldogs a little breathing room.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty?
Yeah, it was a penalty. I think it was a hold, but because they moved it up to the 18 or something.
That's 15 yards. That's a 19. That's from the 4 all the way to the 19. That's a 15-yard penalty. That could have been unsportsmanlike conduct.
Could have been.
Which gave, as you said, gave the Bulldogs a good breathing room to start this drive.
Hold on. The referee says, wait a minute. Did I make?
So the first half was the scoring parade, 56 points. The second half is just defense now. Defensive adjustments and defense from both sides.
Parker Cahoon, a little bit of room up the middle, maybe a couple of yards. That hole closes fast. Stanley was in there on the tackle, number 61. It'll be 2nd down. I think Romeo just may let this. I think they can let the clock go. Maybe not.
They will have to, I think, call one more play before the end of the quarter. They may make it all the way down to about 10 seconds until they have to call it.
Smith, he's got nowhere to go. I don't know if I like that play, trying to run outside, especially on number 6, Dalen Taylor.
Well, especially when there's no one out there to block for him, and you're running west to the out-of-bound line, and you're not trying to go north at all. You're trying to outmaneuver him.
Well, that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score of the Romeo Bulldogs 28 and the Grand Blanc Bobcats 28. And Andrew, who would have thought that we would not have any scoring in the 3rd quarter?
You know what? I didn't think that at all, especially the way Grand Blanc started out, but they went down. Bulldogs had a stand. They tried for a field goal, got the field goal blocked. Bulldogs had a drive down, stalled out, didn't happen the way they wanted it. Then Grand Blanc goes down again, almost to the end zone. Bulldogs then stand tall, get a 4th down stop. Grand Blanc adds an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the end of that. And here we are, still tied 28-28, no scoring at all in the 3rd after we had a scoring parade at 56 points in the first half.
And the ball will be placed on the 17-yard line, I believe. That's where Romeo will have it. 3rd down, and I'm going to say it's a short 13, 12 yards to go.
Yep.
And we'll see what they can dial up. They need a big play. And they haven't got really one in this 2nd half.
No, they have not.
The only big play was Parker Cahoon's run, and that was called back as a holding.
Both defenses have stepped up big time in this half to keep this game as close as possible.
Nepa's going to go for a shotgun, and we'll see if the Bobcats will blitz. They do. Fired out there. Parker Cahoon, it's broken up there by number 14, Peyton Gates.
Pass out to the flats. Unfortunately, he had to throw it quick because he was being rushed, and Cahoon was not even ready for it.
Yeah, it's definitely Romeo's offense has to stay ahead of the sticks.
So now the time to punt. Hopefully they can punt this ball deeper than the 50-yard line. That's where Grand Blanc is set up to return.
Coleman and Taylor are deep for the Bobcats. Joey Nepa comes in. Extra blocking. Seeley's got it. He gets a longer kick. Coleman avoids one man. Can't avoid him the second time. Dominic House grabbed the ankles to say he avoided Dominic the first time and then grabbed his ankles. Dominic did and held on and squeezed, which is how you teach it here.
Shout out to Dominic for not giving up on the play. You missed him once, he juked you, but you didn't just lay on the field and take it. You got back up and you got back in the play, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. And let that be a lesson to any one of you little kids out there who are playing football. Don't ever, ever give up on the play until the whistle blows. You keep trying and you keep going after the ball.
Blanc will be taken over on their own 45-yard line. Morrow taking a while calling the play. Finally does call it. Being chased, looking downfield, long and deep. And back there, looks like number 11, Josh Lockbeiler got it. Tipped that ball, I think.
Yeah, there seemed to be a little confusion between Morrow and his wide receivers. Number 5 for Grand Blanc, Chapman, was questioning what the call was, and finally he got an offense in, but the offense might have got it in a little too late. And good job by the Bulldog defense to take advantage of the miscommunication and get an incomplete pass.
Second down and 10. Bobcats on their own 45. We're all knotted up at 28s here. 11:37 left to go in the ball game. Morrow will go from the shotgun. Fake to Coleman, up the middle, quick slant, and it's picked off. That pass was intended for Sendry, and it's picked off by number 11, Josh Lockbeiler.
Perfect place, perfect time. Morrow threw that ball higher than what he was supposed to, and Josh Lockbeiler, being long, lengthy, and tall, came down with that interception. The first takeaway of the game as a turnover.
Yeah, we'd like to give a shout out there to Steve and Sandy Shabilsky, Grandma and Grandpa, watching their grandchildren tonight. Henry and Abigail and Eddie. They made a little trip to Tilson Street, the haunted house street in Romeo.
The best street ever.
And scared the bejesus out of the kids, I'll tell you. But shout out to them. It's 1st and 10 Romeo. Ball's on their own 43-yard line, we're going to call it. Nepa going to roll out. Got a man deep. It's Brody Meyer. He's to the 30, the 25, cuts back to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Bulldogs.
44-yard, I should apologize, 56-yard, I can't count today, blah. 56-yard strike.
You should have went to Eisenhower, got that refresher, man.
I should have, I'm sorry about that. 56-yard strike from Nepa to Meyer, and great moves after the catch.
We thought he was going to be caught, but he made a great move to cut back towards the middle of the field and avoid the speed.
It seemed like the Grand Blanc player actually gave up at the end because he didn't think he was going to catch him. He slowed up at the end, but nevertheless, 56-yard strike, Nepa to Meyer.
Brody Meyer got to catch his breath. Is he going to hold this ball for Joey Seeley for the all-important extra point? I think we get an offside on Grand Blanc. It's half the distance. It can throw. Now that could throw the kicker off, but he's not going to get a chance here. Romeo's going to go for the 2-point conversion now that the ball's on the 1.
This is a big gamble because if you don't get it, you're only up 6, and you have to hope for your defense to get a stop. They go down and score a touchdown. They kick an extra point. They're in the lead by 1.
Well, you got Tayshawn Proctor in the backfield, and he's a little house back there.
They're going to load up the box, though. Almost all 11 guys are in the box.
Nepa going to give to Rohrburn. Powers through it. He's got the 2. Ryan Rohrburn. Everybody thought it was going to Tayshawn Proctor, but Rohrburn got it. He just put his head down and knifed in there for the 2-point conversion. So it's Romeo 36, Grand Blanc 28.
Great fake to make everyone think it was going to Proctor. Went to Roarborn instead. He's also a monster in the backfield. Got the 2-point conversion. Now the Bulldogs are up by 8 with 11:19 left to go in this game. Still a lot of time and a lot of defense left to be played. Grand Blanc is not going to give up. They have a stellar all-star offense that is going to come out and try to get back on this board.
We saw it. They brought the ball all the way to the 4-yard line
Yeah.
before Romeo finally held on and kept them off the board.
As we said at the beginning of this broadcast, this is a top 25 matchup. Number 13 Romeo taking on and hosting number 3 in the state of Division I, Grand Blanc. This would be huge for the Bulldogs. Playoff points and ranking in the state if they can pull off a victory tonight.
Seeley high and deep. Fumble there by Coleman. Picks it up, but the Bulldogs are all down there like rabid dogs. And they're going to make the tackle there. It looks like the 13-yard line is where Grand Blanc will start.
Just want to give a shout out to every other single viewer that is watching the Mitt TV broadcast on YouTube. When I looked, there was about 235 people watching. So I know we've shouted out maybe 20 of them, 25 of them, but
Well, we don't know how many people are watching at the Detroit Grill House there
that's
in
true. There
Shelby.
could be several people there, so it'll be more than 200 people. So shout out to every single person out there watching this broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Because of you, we are here and we can bring you all the broadcasts live, all the sports recap shows that Tim does, and everything else that Mitt TV does. Earlier today, they did the old schoolhouse of Romeo, moving to a new area. That schoolhouse is very important to me because a lot of my family actually attended that schoolhouse when it was still active from 1928 to 1955.
Well, there you go. That's when they had everybody in the same class, right?
That's right. That's right. My grandma actually lived right down the street from the schoolhouse. Their farmhouse and farmland was right down the street. She would have to walk to school every single day.
Oh, here we go.
Uphill and down.
Brown is in the backfield. Coleman got a little shaken up on that kickoff. Give to Brown. He makes a couple of moves, but he's not going to get past the middle there. Bulldogs there to stop him. Joey Cimatero tackle. I don't know. Brown's a little bit shook there. Gets up. He's walking it off. Kind of with a little limp there. He got a whole host of Bulldogs there on him, and that couldn't have felt very pleasant.
No, nope.
So we'll see if Morrow's going to open it up again.
I think he's going to. This is going to be a pass play right here. This is most definitely a pass play. This zone defense has got to tighten up.
Brown is in the backfield. Now Morrow's going to take off, being chased by Proctor to pick up some yardage. Down to the 38 where he smacked down there pretty hard. Now we got a flag.
And it's on Grand Blanc, number 26. He took some kind of exception to something that happened, and it's going to cost him 15 yards backwards after that nice play by Morrow.
We'll see what Mr. Referee says here.
And Morrow was running with that ball very loosely. Like if any Bulldog was in the area, they could have punched it out. He was not carrying that ball like a regular ball carrier into his body. Dead ball. Personal foul against Romeo. Dead ball, personal foul against Grand Blanc. Penalties offset.
First down. It'll be first down at the Grand Blanc 38-yard line. 10:18 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Romeo leads at 36-28.
So they tightened up the zone defense. He couldn't pass anyone, but they lost the quarterback spy. Morrow has wheels and will use them to extend the play, as Tim talked about earlier this game. So they've got to watch out for him now.
Morrow empty backfield for him. Comes Romeo on the blitz. They got him. Pass is caught out there. And fumbled. No. What is it?
Might have got him on a face mask.
They're going to give him a catch out there, and it's going to go all the way up to the 41.
Personal foul, face mask on the Bulldogs. So
nope, that's no good.
I don't think it was intentional. It was incidental. The guy was going down to the ground, and when the guy spins and you're reaching for his shoulder pads or something else, you unfortunately sometimes grab the face mask, and it happens. And if you let go right away, maybe they won't call it, but unfortunately it got called, and now they're in Bulldog territory.
It's going to go all the way down to the Bulldog 45, 1st and 10. The Bobcats, again, empty backfield for Morrow. What do we got? Timeout, Romeo.
Bulldogs don't like the look and want to talk about things to try to slow down Grand Blanc.
Well, like you say, Grand Blanc can score very quickly. They can move the ball in big chunk plays.
Yep. So tune in this Sunday. I don't know what time, I don't know what channel, but maybe you can research it. For Selection Sunday, where the high school teams will find out their fate if they made the playoffs, who they'll play in the playoffs. Will they be a home team? Will they be an away team? What time will they play? What day will they play? They could play on a Friday on Halloween, or they could play on a Saturday. So tune in Sunday for Selection Sunday.
We'll see.
Everyone's trying
a lot
to
of speculation out there about who Romeo is going to play, and we'll just have to see. We don't know yet.
A lot of times I like to stick Romeo with the Oakland County schools or the Lapeer County schools. They like to mess with them. They don't like to put them down with the Utica schools or anything like that for the most part.
Yeah, we'll see. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Oh, we got a little movement on that offensive line. That looked like
66.
Yeah, big number 66 out there. Jack Stewart. Got a little happy feet.
False start or illegal procedure is what they call it in high school.
Yeah. 6 half dozen the other, but it's a 5-yard penalty, so it'll be 1st and 15 for Grand Blanc. Tim McDermott comes in spelling Dalen Taylor, number 6. So number 8, Tim McDermott's in there. Back goes Morrow. Looking in the flat, got a man out there being chased down, and he'll get up about to the 47-yard line. Run out of bounds there by number 18, Joey Cimitero.
Morrow heard footsteps, but he had a running back on a screen play waiting for the pass. Got the pass out to him, but Romeo decisively closed the gap quickly. He's only able to get about 3 yards on that pass.
It's going to be 2nd down and 12. You guys are going to switch. Watson and Warburn switch defensive end spots. Morrow looking over the middle. Got a man caught out there. And thrown down was number 4, Sendry, and 14.
Once again, zone defense attacking the middle of the zone. There was a player on him right away, though, so he couldn't have a chance to make any yards after catch. But it is a 1st down, and the clock is continuing to run.
33-yard line. That's where the Bobcats are. That's the Romeo 33, so they got a shot at the end zone. Morrow looking over the play here. The defense, rather, and Coleman's in the backfield. Like a little quick pitch to Kemp. I don't know, he sort of tippy-toed around that left side. The Bulldogs had it covered. He's going to lose a couple of yards. 2nd down and 12 again here for Grand Blanc.
Great defensive read by the Bulldogs. They tried to run it to the short side. Bulldogs had it strategized instantly. Loss of 2 yards, as Tim said.
Well, you don't get to be ranked number 3 in the state without having a little comeback in you.
That's true.
Morrow looks to the left. Now he looks to the right. Here comes Romeo on the blitz. He's going to throw it out there. It's caught out there by Coleman. And he's knocked out of bounds by Zach Thomas. But not before Coleman gets all the way up. Let's see where they're going to mark it. I thought he was up around the 13. Let's see. Now, They're going to mark it right there at the 15. Say he went out of bounds at the 15. That's where it'll be 1st and 10 for the.
This time they attacked the sideline of the zone defense, and he got a bunch of extra yards after the catch because of it. This is where the Bulldog defense tightened up last time Grand Blanc was in this area.
Now Coleman comes back in the backfield, which means he'll probably get the football, which he does. Nowhere to go. Man, and he's tackled out there for a loss. Rorburn was over there. A host of Bulldogs, Lahid. It's going to be a loss of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 13. Another 2nd and long.
Yes.
Which they've proven they can, they can get a chunk play to just erase that negative yardage.
There was a pack of dogs that came in and took him out. This is, like I said, they tightened up last time they were down here and forced a 4th and out.
Morrow back to throw. We got a flag. I don't know if that's offside against Romeo or offside against passes high and incomplete. It was out of bounds.
It could be holding. It's in the backfield, so that could be in the area of holding.
Either that or illegal procedure. We'll see what Mr. Referee says.
Illegal procedure.
We get a shot of the referee here, and
they would have blown it dead instantly.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's against.
It's declined.
It's declined by the Bulldogs. Make it 3rd and 13. I guess 6 dozen of the other, as I said before.
Looked like it was a legal shift by Grand Blanc.
Might have been, because you saw Coleman was out of the backfield. Then he came back in. I don't know if he
wasn't stationary in time. And they don't usually blow the play dead on the illegal shift.
So here we go, 3rd and 13. Morrow from a shotgun. No pressure on him. He's coming to the outside. He's got a lot of running room. Going to go for the 1st down stick. He doesn't get it, but it's going to be like 4th and 1. So that's where they'll try it.
The end didn't have contain, and they lost the quarterback spy because they're trying to keep the zone defense but cover every single wide receiver out there. Morrow takes advantage. It is 4th down and about 1.5 to go.
1.5, 2 yards for Grand Blanc. Of course, they'll go for it. They've had success in the past going for it. We'll see what Morrow here will do.
Got to put a spy on Morrow.
What do we got? Another timeout, Romeo on defense. That'll be their 2nd timeout of the half. Should leave them with 1 left, I believe. Yes, that's the case. 7:02 left to play. Romeo leads at 36-28. And Andrew, we see what kind of defense they can dial up here to stop them on 4th down. They did it earlier in this quarter.
They've got to try to blitz Morrow, get him off his game, but then again, not let him out into the open to run. It's only 1.5 yards. So if you let him go, he's going to get it and run it away. If you can contain him, contain the receivers, and get to him in time to bring him down, that's the best way it's going to happen. But you just got to be tight on defense, do your job, and take care of business right here, right now.
And all important that defensive line's got to get a push.
Yes. You cannot give him all day. You have to keep him on his toes, off his game, and contain him in the backfield at the same time.
Proctor and D'Angelo, the plugs there in the middle, the big fellas in the tackle spots, have got to get a good push here. Moakson comes Sendry. He's wide open in the flat. Throw in the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats.
So
number 18, BJ Cleveland makes the catch.
That is a 7-yard touchdown pass from Morrow to Cleveland. And they are 2-point conversion away from tying the game.
We'll see what they're going to do here. They are going to go for 2. Morrow, he's got his whole host of running backs out there, Brown and Coleman. 2-point conversion. Morrow going to throw to the end zone. Got a penalty flag down there. Let's see what that's all about.
As long as it's not on the Bulldogs, it will give Grand Blanc another chance.
Illegal procedure against Grand Blanc. That's going to move them back. Yeah, Coach Ford. Caleb's out there, Coach Caleb there. He's out there yelling at his guys saying, hey, you guys know the play. They'll move the ball all the way back to the 7-yard line where they'll try for the 2-point conversion again.
I don't understand the arguing. The ref called what he called, and the ref's law is the law.
I don't think he's arguing. I think he's yelling at his players.
No, the players were yelling at the ref. They were talking to the ref, complaining about that call.
Maybe.
The ref's law is the law. Like, you may not agree. It may not have happened. It may be wrong, but the ref called it. You cannot do that. Otherwise, you can cause yourself even more penalties.
So here we go. 2-point conversion. Try to tie this score. Morrow saying something to Coleman in the backfield there. Sendry comes in motion. Being chased. Throwing the end zone. Off the hands. Off the hands of Aaron Jones, the big tight end. And Romeo remains in the lead 36-34 with 6:57 left to play here in the ball game.
And he knew he should have had it. Hands on the head, just unhappy with himself. He should have easily caught that. That should have been a tie game. But with that drop, the Bulldogs lead by 2 with less than 7 minutes to go until the end of the game. Well, this potentially will be the last broadcast of the football season. Don't know about playoffs.
Well, we don't know. We're not going to speculate on that.
We won't speculate. We could do playoffs maybe. But if we don't, this may be our last broadcast of the year.
We don't know. We don't know that. I can't say that for sure with any certainty. I won't make the prediction.
And especially at 7-2, you could host a playoff game. It just depends on what district you get put into.
The crystal ball will reveal itself on Sunday night in the
right.
Selection Sunday show.
That's right.
So we'll see. Maybe you might look for an onside kick here from Stanley and Grand Blanc. He's gonna pop it up high. Romeo lets it bounce. Taken there by number 15, Sirikoff. He makes a couple of moves, and he'll be tackled hard down at the, I want to call it the 27. Maybe the 28. Did he get to the 28? Yeah, we'll see where they mark it. Anyway, that's where Romeo, with 6:51, will have a first down, and it's very important for Romeo to keep that football.
This is the drive of the game for the Bulldogs. If they can keep the ball, kill that clock, go down and put some points on the board, they will have this game in the bag. They give Grand Blanc this ball back.
It's at the 28-yard line, so Grand Blanc loading up the box, expecting a run from, give it to Troy Smith. He's got nowhere to go. He cuts it back, but he's hog-tied there. Probably lost a yard. That play never works on a team that has that much speed.
No.
Let's see. Somebody was shaking up a little bit. It looked like number 3, Elijah Wells. He went in there pretty hard.
There's got to be some kind of check down. You see the box is loaded. The run isn't going to work. You've got to find a way to just.
Officials timeout? No, timeout Grand Blanc. They're going to talk this over. They want to prevent Romeo from getting a first down.
Well, and there is an injured player on the field as well for Grand Blanc.
I'm wondering if that's Wells. He was shaken up a bit. Oh, he's down. Let's see who that is. Maybe not.
It's not. Don't look like Wells, actually. It looks like I saw 2.
Defensive lineman hurt. Can't see it.
But there's got to be some kind of audible that you make at the line of scrimmage. You see the box is loaded, and they're expecting you to run. You do some kind of audible, and you open up into a pass play.
Yeah, well, that play really hasn't worked at all for Romeo trying to go to the sideline there. Really, Graham Blanc got a lot of speed. Can't get a number on that, but assuming it's a lineman. We don't know. But congratulations to the Bulldogs soccer team. Vinny Vasilevsky, the coach. They made it to the regional finals, and kind of a fluky game where they lost to Troy Athens, but hey, they beat Rochester Adams, so that was big deal for Vinny and the team to get over that hump. So maybe next year they'll get over the hump again.
They got a lot of returning talent coming back next year, so they definitely will have more success and maybe win a regional and go to a state final.
We'll talk more to Vinny on the Romeo Sports recaps, and we'll get some players to get a recap of their season. Well, we got 3 receivers. Well, 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom for Sammy Nepa. Letting that clock go. Fires over the middle, caught out there. It's Watson. And he got a first down all the way to the Romeo 49. Braden Watson.
Good job by Watson. When the defender came in, he put 2 hands on the ball so he couldn't be punched out. Awesome job by Nepa to Watson to keep this drive alive and continue this clock to tick down.
I mean, Romeo needs to put a couple of plays on here. Eat up some more of that clock. They'll be fine. Box is loaded up. And a run there. Looks like Parker Cahoon. Parker got, I want to say, he got almost 5-6 yards there.
And that was a great job by Cahoon to weave his way down through the defense. As you said, the box was loaded, and they expected a run. And he still got about 5-6 yards on it.
Well, Graham Blanc has all 3 of their timeouts left. So, you know, Romeo would rather not give him the ball back.
No.
We're under 5 minutes.
But if they give the ball back after they score, I think they'll be okay with that because they go down and score 7. They're up 15.
You are such an optimist.
I am.
Fumble! Cahoon fumbled the ball. Graham Blanc's got it. I'm not sure what kind of play that was. It looked like it was going to be a double handoff.
That's what it was trying to be, but someone didn't get the exchange properly, and a fumble happened. Graham Blanc will take over. It's their first takeaway of the game, and it's happening at the best time for them, the worst time for Romeo. Now it's up to the defense to try to have the stop of their lives. And then themselves get a turnover.
Season is Ethan Green comes running out there, number 87. He'll take a spot on that defensive line. I'm not sure what happened there. Just a bad exchange. I thought there was going to be a straight handoff. Morrow back to throw. Looking, got a man in the flat. It's Coleman. Dodges one tackle, but then he's tackled at the 48, I believe. They're going to give him 47 and a half, I want to say. Second down. And it looks like going to be 7 for the Bobcats.
Watch a pass play here. That's usually their go-to. They run the ball first and they pass it second. Here he goes back to pass.
Morrow back. Got man deep down the middle. Caught out there. Sendry makes a catch, breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Graham Blanc.
47-yard connection from Morrow.
Morrow to Sendry. And Caiston broke a couple tackles down there and fought his way into the end zone. Make the road tough. They're going to go for 2 here. Brown and Coleman are in the backfield. In motion comes Kemp. We got another flag. Tackle there, big number 25, Ryan Laverly.
As long as the penalty is on Graham Blanc, they have stopped the 2-point conversion, which it is. Illegal shift again on Graham Blanc.
Oh, the 2-point conversion is no good. It doesn't really matter. I mean, Bulldogs need a touchdown.
Yep.
And 3:52 left. They got plenty of time. 1 timeout they have left, so. I'd like to remind you folks out there to tune in to the Mitt TV. You can get that at Facebook. You can get it on YouTube. You can get it on our website, themitttv.com, and see all the events that are going on here in the Romeo community, Bruce Township, Washington Township, and the surrounding areas. That's themitttv.com.
Check out the sports recap show. I guess your next contestant is supposed to be soccer coach.
Well, we're going to try to get Vinny Vasilevsky on next week and some of the soccer players to talk about their wonderful season. Only 2 losses on the year. So.
And you said you wanted to get Greg Breinert as well?
Now I want to try to get Walter Bublitz.
Okay.
104 years old. Played Romeo football in 1939. If we can get Walter on there and a couple players, that'd be fantastic. Stanley kicks it deep. Taken back there. Troy Smith. I mean, he was just walloped there by number 17, Don Searcy. So here comes Romeo. Let's see if I got plenty of time left.
Troy Smith wanted to try to juke, but once again, stop your feet, you stop your momentum, and if you don't have the right move, you're going to get blasted just like he did.
You're going to get cut. He did get blasted. Napa quick out to Brody Meyer. He goes forward, maybe got about 3 yards. And 2nd down and 7 for Brody. Tried to slip through there, break a long one.
Graham Blanc had that play sniffed out. He was able to weave his way with his speed for a couple yards. 2nd and 7, as Tim said.
I don't think we're going to see any more tricky handoffs. So.
No, they're going to be basic offense to get this down there.
And the screen pass just over the head of Parker Cahoon. And Graham Blanc is smelling it over there. It's 3rd down and 7. 3:08 left to play.
The blitz came in and got Sammy Nepa off of his game. He had to throw it quick, and the running back was not set up.
If it would have, that ball would have been dropped in there, he may have gone for a little ways. You wonder if this is 2-down territory.
I would say yes. You don't have timeouts to stop the clock.
Let's see what he picks up here. Cahoon goes and sets himself over there. Nepa being chased. Now we got a flag. It's going to be against Romeo. Down the sideline. Joey Nepa can't hold on, but let's see what the flag is. We got a hold, it looks like, against Romeo.
It's unfortunate timing for this to happen. Now, what is their call? They're going to push the Bulldogs back and force them on a longer 3rd down, or are they going
holding,
to
or are they going to decline
it, and it's a 4th down?
Holding. It's declined, so it'll be 4th and 7. Oh, here's a play of the game for the Bulldogs.
Another blitz came in, and Sammy Neppa had to run out of it, but it ended up causing a hold, and that's why the penalty happened.
Well, the Bobcats haven't beat the Bulldogs in 2 years, and this is year number 3. They are hungry for a win against Romeo. Now we'll see what happens here. 4th and 7. Neppa fires over the middle. It's caught out there. Troy Smith has got it for a first down at the 34-yard line.
That was a thread of the needle while he was being harassed by the defense. The pocket was collapsing, but he put it perfectly on the area where it needed to be. First down for the Bulldogs. Their drive is kept alive, and their chances in this game is also kept alive.
Here we go. 1st and 10. Ball's on the Romeo 34. Bulldogs need a touchdown. Sammy Neppa to the sidelines. Brody Myers got it. Turns it upfield. And he goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Be a first down for the Bulldogs.
Great job by the Bulldogs to move the chains and also get out of bounds to stop this clock. They don't want to leave too much time on the clock, though, for Grand Blanc. They want to go down there with little time as possible and get this final score.
Neppa's got Cahoon in the backfield with him. 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Fake the Cahoon. Fire out to the side. It's caught out there by Smith. He's not going anywhere. He's going to lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
A bad block out there by the wide receiver. Defender got in there. Troy Smith tried his juke play, but it did not work. Ended up losing a yard, as Tim said.
Time becomes important here.
Yes.
It's going to be 2:10 to go. And
does Grand Blanc start using their timeouts, though, if Bulldogs get any closer to the end zone?
Neppa, good protection. Fires out there. Is it caught? No, it's incomplete. Intended for Brody Meyer.
Threw it into double coverage. Luckily, that wasn't picked off.
I think there's 2 receivers in one area, and
yeah,
I think somebody made a mistake.
They drew an extra defender in that area, and luckily it landed incomplete and not into the hands of the defender.
Now 3rd and 11.
Incomplete pass stops the clock at 1:53. 2-down territory if you don't get the first down.
On this play. 3rd down for Romeo. Cahoon stays in the backfield. Neppa fires it too hard for Cahoon. Goes off his hands and out of bounds. It'll be 4th down. Fourth and 11, another big 4th down for the Bulldogs. See if they got any more magic in the bag here. Pull another 4th down and long out. You can see a little pickup in the step of those Grand Blanc Bobcat defenders. They're jumping up and down. They can smell a victory here. Yeah, we'll see what the Bulldogs dial up here.
Timeout, Grand Blanc.
They're going to call timeout with 1:47. They're going to set a different defense out there, so we'll see if what the call is. I want to remind you folks, 100 years of Romeo football. The magazine is out. You can read everything about Romeo football since 1925. Got all kinds of statistics in there. Some interesting photo galleries from each decade. You're not in any of them, but don't worry about that, Andrew.
I could be. I mean, I was a part of 4 years of Romeo football.
Well, I think they took pictures of the players.
Yes, I was the water boy. Yes.
If you want to order one of these, Andrew, you can get it at RomeoFootball100.org. See it on the bottom. So get your copy now and bone up on your Romeo football history.
Barring any penalty by Grand Blanc, they have to get to the 46-yard line for a first down to keep this drive alive.
Looks like they're bringing a house here. Throw it downfield. Caught out there!
Wow!
Parker Cajon! He's got it for a Romeo first down.
Double coverage. Let me repeat that. Double coverage.
He got it at the 30. I don't know how he caught that football, but he did.
Dropped perfectly where Cajon was in double coverage, and the drive is kept alive.
First and 10, Romeo on the Bobcat 35. They do need to get into the end zone, though. Cajon's in the flat. He fires there. It's open. It's Troy Smith. He's fighting for a first down. Did he get it? Let's see where they mark it. I think he's going to be about 6 inches short.
So it'll be second and a skosh to go. Good job by Troy Smith, though. 2 hands on that football to cover it up. Still chopping his feet to keep the ball and play
Second and
alive.
1. Cajon is in the backfield with Nepa. Sammy going to roll out a little bit. He's going to fire it deep. Brody Myers down there, and it's intercepted. Number 6, Dalen Taylor. He leads the Bobcats in interceptions. Came up with one with 58 seconds left.
Unfortunately, they went for it all, went for the end zone. He just threw it a tiny bit short of his receiver, right where the defender was.
Brody Myers not the tallest, so we got a Romeo player down at the, looks like at the 30-yard line. Is that number 56?
I think you're right.
Rush Mueller.
You put a jump play with a guy who is leading their team in interceptions, and you went for it all instead of trying to just get your way down to the end zone piece by piece. And unfortunately, it pretty much cost you the game. Romeo can only stop the clock one time, and it takes 3 kneel downs to send this to game over. And Bulldogs are going to end their season 6-3. Grand Blanc's going to end their season on a perfect 9-0.
And happy to get out of here alive.
Yeah, and happy to get out of here with that 9-0.
Yeah, Bobcats took a little bit of a shot here. Impressed with their offense or defense? I'm not too sure. Yeah, this is number 56, Rush Mueller. And Russ is going to be limping off the field.
I don't know. Being 6-3 now, you probably won't host a playoff game. You're going to be stuck in a group with other teams. I mean, you might have a 7-2 or an 8-1, depending on where you're put in Selection Sunday. It'll be I guess a miracle, or it'll be a good thing if Bulldogs can find a way to host a game and be stuck with some 5-4s and
you never
other
know.
6-3s.
Depends how many teams are 6-3, and depends how many teams are.
Yep.
They've matched 6-3 teams before.
Yep, and it's not just about the records. It's about playoff points now and your strength of schedule. So it all depends on where the Romeo gets put.
In the victory formation of the Grand Blanc Bobcats. So we'd like to thank you folks out there for joining us here. Andrew Welch and myself this whole season on the Mitt TV.
Yep.
Our wonderful crew doing the camera work. They got a few compliments out there that I received from them. Our director, Brendan Schneider, also doing a fine job doing the switching and doing the directing of the broadcast. Romeo gave it a shot here, and team number three ranked in the state, but they're going to come up short. Final score, Grand Blanc Bobcats 40, the Romeo Bulldogs 36. Hopefully all the players that got a little banged up tonight will be okay and ready to go.
huge shout out to Grand Blanc. You know, they were number 3 in the state for a reason, and they're gonna be potentially ranked higher after this, depending on if anyone else goes down. But big shout out, and if we go far in the playoffs, we're probably going to see this team again, being if we both are in the Division 1 set of the playoffs. Romeo can be in Division 2 of playoffs, even though they are a Division 1 team. It just all depends on where they get put in the playoff rankings and Selection Sunday. So we could see this team again.
Well, we've enjoyed this Romeo Bulldog season for all our folks in the crew here at the Mitt TV. And for Andrew Welch, I'm Tim Meyer saying we'll see you next time right here on the Mitt TV.
Thanks for tuning in.